Good Lord. Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Scandalous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you with another live stream. How fun. I hope you are all well if you are listening, and even if you aren't, I hope most of you are well. I hope we're all doing fine. I hope you are all in good health. I've been tired today. Galen wants to get a conversation started. He's always saying that, because no one talks to him. Poor thing. No, I'll squash that later. Oh no. Some kind of debris has fallen into my water. Sorry. I'm going to have to write this drink off. Start again. Unless I've already drank it. No, there it is. Oh, thank God it rained. I don't know what the fuck that was or where the fuck it came from. But I'm glad it's gone now. And I am back, and I am Quack. How are you? Galen is wearing Glory Hole cologne. What is everybody else wearing today? Today I am wearing Portrait of a Lady. It's been muggy. It's been muggy as fuck. It's been humid. Close, as they call it here. You know? I'm going to say hello to some people. Hello, DJ. Hello, A. Hello, Paroli, Galen, Alicia, Juro, Phil Stevens. Christina. Damn, are you showering? No, just a large drink of water. I drink from this large cup. I am a large man. There is my cup. This cup is a lie. I am not Mr. Strong. You know? Which is a healthy prostate? What's a healthy prostate? Regis Monkton has asked me a comment and promptly liked his own comment, which I didn't know you could do until very recently. I mean, it was a few months ago, but I've been on YouTube for years. I thought that button was just dead. Turns out you can like it. Hi, Rich. Recently I've been collecting some church incense fragrances. I'm interested in getting Laos, but I haven't tried it yet. Do you consider it to be a church incense fragrance? And if so, do you consider it to be one of the better ones? I do consider it to be a church incense, and I do consider it to be one of the best ones. I said, it's a brilliant fragrance and very churchy, mate. Sensational house, is Filippo Sorcinelli. I really want to try the new stuff. The bottles are very unusual. He's an unusual man, is our Filippo. Oh, excuse me. I need to make a couple of samples up, and I might do that in this stream because, excuse me, I might do that in this stream because I haven't done it yet and it's been a week. The person who sent me Cuir de Lancôme is expecting them and I have let them down so far. I can't remember. I can't remember what the other one they asked for was. I shall have to go back to the email. Paddock. They wanted some Paddock. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Let's do that together, friends. Because I'll not be bothered after the stream and then it'll not get done because I am very absent-minded when I want to be. Oop, did a scoop, did a poop. Now give me this. Let's have a look. Jaunty John is wearing Koros Cologne Sport. I need that cup for my morning coffee. It's a sensational cup. Only ever gets water through it. Only ever gets water through it. How bizarre. Also, I have some news. I'm going to be saving for some new equipment, friends. But I will discuss this later. First off, I've torn this fucking bag because silliness. What a welcome call. How are you? I might send her a cheeky sample of one of Eugene's fragrances as well, because I've got 3 samples here. Let's see. Maybe she will like Bellarme. Maybe she will like La Dalurexki. La Dalurexki. But first, what she wants is some of my 80s Cuir de Russie. I hope she appreciates this because it was fucking £5 a mil. Oh! Do not spill a fucking atom of that shit. On you go. Who is this she? The lady who sent me Cuir de Lancôme. That's who she is. She is called, well, I'm not telling you what she's called because illegality. Nice cup. Thanks. Antonio Duchan, welcome. Pradeep is here, welcome. Paroli wants some paddock. I wish I could send you it, mate. I really do. I genuinely wish I could send you some paddock. I've sent loads out to people. I've got a fat dent in my bottle. I've done about 15 mil. I thought it was going to be 20, but I've done about 15. That's not what I want, but I'll print it anyway. Do you like that sound? A little bit of ASMR for you, though. Welcome, Val. How are you doing? Bright Neroli by Ferrari, cheap but good. Yes, I remember Bright Neroli by Ferrari. I think Richie G bought a couple of those. She knew you had the good stuff, so she pushed that to you. Clever gal, very clever. To be fair, it was me that approached her, and I said, "Look, do you want anything off me? Like, please look at me stuff and take what you want. Take what you want. Take everything." Queer. Oh, I've misspelled queer. How do you do that? Queer de Russie. Oops. Today I'm feeling Russie. Queer de Russe. Tim Wilcox, welcome. Micah, welcome. Scent of the day, Healy's a fit cologne aficionado. Thought about wearing that today as well because it's dry, but it's been really muggy, and it's been really humid. You know, I've been drinking tea without milk. Had a peppermint tea earlier, which was lovely. You know, Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Excuse me whilst I cough in your ears, friends. Jordan Albro, welcome to you. Thank you for coming. How do folks feel about Papillon perfumes in here? Good stuff. I really like Tobacco Rose. I had a sample set, right? I don't know how long you've been here because I've told this tale 1,000 times. Sorry. I had a sample set and I tried a couple of them and then I put them away, forgot where they were, lost them for like a year, 2 years. And then when I was like moving like furniture around, I found them and I was like, oh, mint, I'm going to like go back and like smell these and like try them and everything. And I put them away somewhere. I fucking lost them again. Disaster. Burke. Fool, if you will. My Quaderusi will now go back into the shadows, ready for what's it called? Autumn and winter. Now I will bring out the paddock. Da, 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 da. Yes, friends, it is our friend, your friend and mine. It is his birthday today. Happy birthday. No, it's not. It's his birthday tomorrow. Sorry. Happy birthday for tomorrow. I hope all your wishes come true and you get lots of presents, which you deserve. And you get lots of happiness. And, oh, I'm spilling perfume, friends. May you get... Show the label machine. Okay. There you go. Brilliant. It's perfect. It's fantastic. We are very thankful to have you. Genuinely fortunate that you are here. You have arrived. We have you to thank for the Discord. Because I was never going to be able to set that shit. I am an absolute Luddite. It's scandalous. I hope I'm using the word Luddite well as well. Because fuck knows I could mess that up. Yes. We are happy to have you and lucky to have you. DJ, what's new? I said Perfume will be on hold, but I think I'll do a wee bit of sampling, says DJ. You did say that, to be fair. You did say that. You said Perfume will be on hold while I buy some new fashion. And new fashion you are buying. But what will you sample? What will you sample, DJ? Also, did you get your sample of paddock that I sent you? I think I can finally wear my decanter Vintage Jubilation 25 tomorrow. Ooh. What's the damage? How old will you be? Oh. It's a Dymo. I have an old-fashioned 70s one that's stamped raised letters. Oh, get in. It is a Dymo. That's exactly what it is. I might send this woman some Bellarme. I'm re-sniffing Parfum d'Empire. Boy seems to enjoy bodily smells. Discord link appears to have expired. It should not have. One moment, please. I might let No, not Pradeep, because he's not in it. Pradeep is not in the Discord. Where is the Discord link? Take what you want. Take everything. I'll take what you want. Rich Mitch has uploaded a live stream. He hasn't. Well, he has. I'm doing it now. Share link. I will post the link in one moment. Sorry. We need Pradeep on the Discord. I know, but he's being antisocial. Oh, my Bellarme's nearly run out, you know. We can't have that. Do you think which one do you think I should send her? I'm gonna send her one of Eugene's. That'd be nice. Eugene sprayers aren't great for spraying into decant bottles. They're very poof, you know. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. I've done as best I can, mate. So far on the fashion, finding a jacket I like has been hard. Need a black one and maybe an olive one. Yeah, I know those ones you sent us were quite nice though. He can chat with us during the 2-hour work break, which is awesome, by the way, says Christina. Doug has asked me to know my territory, Christina, says Brody. Get back in your cage. Belém. This lady's going to get a surprise. I wonder if she will like it. Who knows? I am spreading the word for Eugene as far as sending her a unsolicited decant. Oh no, I've touched the sticky bit. I didn't mean to touch the sticky bit. I wouldn't mind a vintage 70s Dymo actually, now that Tim's raised the spectre of it. I think they were better. They were much more like industrial, weren't they? Right, there are your 3 samples, my lady, and thank you for sending me the... What's it called? Jesus, what is it called? The Cuir de Lancôme. Fuck. My memory's turned to shit. I'm going for a health check soon, so I'm going to tell them about my memory. As long as I don't have fucking any kind of other brain neurological fucking impediment, that's fine. If they took my driving license away, I'd shit my pants. Oh, what is happening? Oof. Okay. You can get more work done with the French during the lunch break than the office hours. Trust me, that's the trick, says Proteep. Welcome, Joe. Oh, DJ's getting some new frames. I've seen them. They are fashion. It is very humid and clammy in here. It rained earlier. I thought it was going to rain. That's why I wore Portrait of a Lady. There's a lot of ISO-E super in it. So I thought that would help cut through the thick, you know. And it did. It performs really well. I thought about wearing La Daleur Exquis as well. Hello, Pat Lester. If we like to like the stream, says Dropout. We do. What shall I talk about today? What shall I talk about today? I'm considering new acquisitions, friends. I'm considering purchasing some fragrances, would you believe? I'm also needing some new equipment. I want a new microphone. I see everybody's been wearing these I see everybody's been wearing these new Rode wireless microphones, and the sound quality is amazing, but they're 250 quid or thereabouts, and that's a lot. So I may start saving up for one of those, but I also have to get what else do I have to get? I also have to get an elliptical so I can start doing exercise, because I've finally been cleared by the rheumatology physio and the rheumatologist. So I am pretty happy. I want one of those, and I want an elliptical. Dura says, no he doesn't. Pradeep says, I use a €16 mic and it sounds nice. I think this one sounds nice. The one I'm using sounds nice, but I would like it to sound better. I'm going to make some incremental changes, you know. I'm making some incremental changes that I want to bring in, you know. If we like to like the stream, says drop out. Yes, if you like the stream, please like the stream. Llamas, going back to yoga. Yes, I'm going to start doing yoga again. The llamas, I am doing the llamas on Sunday at 11 o'clock. I need to set my alarm for my alarmas. Where's the clock? There it is. I will change this to 10:30 and I will move it to Sunday. Yes. Thank you. So I should be up and about, having a great time. Llamas, going back to yoga, Orlando, the topics are endless. Just snag Tonka Imperial. Tonka Imperial for under £200. Not bad. Which version? My ex-bird was obsessed with llamas. I do like a llama. They're actually alpacas, but I don't like to split hairs. Oh my god, speaking of splitting hairs, there's one in my drink. I can't be losing two fucking cups of water in one fucking sitting. I need a shave. That's great news. Which one would you rather have between Patchouli Absolute or Vintage Noir de Noir? Vintage Noir de Noir, I think. Patchouli Absolute's fucking outrageous. What's everyone's strategy for finding vintage perfumes online? You're asking us to refine down something I've been refining for years and try and like say it. Find buyers you trust, network, be nice to people, be loyal. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't say you're going to do something and then not do it, because people will just be like, what the fuck? People will just be like, what? Building relationships with people. Like I say, I've been buying vintage fragrances for like the best part of 5 years. Maybe longer. And other people are vital to doing it. Anuj from Enchanté will have a lot of vintage fragrances. He's one of my trusted sellers. So and if you want something, always be ready to always have a little bit of money set aside if something just pops up that you want, you know, because with vintage fragrances, the supply is limited. Hence, it's very difficult to actually to get them. I hope that Shalimar is in that bottle, Richard. It's not Shalimar. That is Success by Mode Creation Munchen, which is an absolutely sensational fragrance, by the way. Anuj has got some more of that. Sounds like good investment, says Carl. Your mic sounds very good through my TV. A wireless duck. I just hear, like, I asked I smell earlier because I watched his video and he was like, I was like, what mic is that? And he was like, a Rode. So I wrote it down and Googled it and put it in my cart on Amazon, but I just can't fund it from my own self at the minute. So if I want upgrades, I will have to save. My strategy is texting and Nuge, says Paroli. Do you know who Enchanté Perfumes is, Jordan? I can send you the link or the phone number and you text them on WhatsApp. A lot of what you see before you has come from a Nuge. And a lot of what you can't see before you has come from a Nuge as well, so. Cowcat. We have to do a Persola's product, says DJ. Rich, don't change too much and go all TLTG on us, says Ryan. No, I'm not going to do that. What I would like to do, now I've got, like, the all clear from the rheumatologist, the physio, fucking everybody, don't overdo it. I want to build up my fitness, and I would like to lose a little bit more weight, because I have been losing weight. I would like to set it up now where I'm appearing on camera. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Like where I'm going to sit. Like if I'm going to sit in front of something like the desk, or I'm going to sit, like, I need to figure out lighting as well. So I need someone to help us with that. I need to learn about that. I need to do like a few different things, but I really need to get that elliptical. That is like more so than the mic. I'm not asking anybody to donate coffee for that. Like that's for me health, you know. I need to find the right one as well. I also want one of them balls. Do you know those balls you sit on? Those big blow up balls that you can sit on and you work your core with them. I used to be a personal trainer. My advice would be to walk as much as you can. The problem I've got with walking, right, is with the condition I've got, I get extremely tired very quickly. It'll just come from nowhere, right? And I can't walk unless it's on a flat surface. So I've got to go to like a shopping centre or something like that. So the elliptical is perfect. The elliptical is absolutely perfect because you don't get the impact that you do when you're walking, and I can't use a bike. I can't use a bike because of my hip. So the elliptical, I was talking to the rheumatology physio. He was like, "Yes, this is absolutely brilliant. This is exactly what you need. It'll get you." I mean, I was on it for 2 minutes. I was blown out my arse. It was disgusting, but the gradient was massive. He did say it was when I got off the bike. When I got off the thing, he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I didn't tell you, but the gradient was absolutely outrageous there." And I was like, "Oh, right." I was like, "My legs are on fire. My arse is on fire." He was like, "Yeah." Someone told me that if your knees are below your hips, you will naturally sit straighter. Yes, apparently that is true. I've heard that many times myself. I'm literally always tired. It's a grind every single day to get up and bring my axe to the gym. Do you take methotrexate? Do you have axial spondyloarthritis? Do you have a rheumatology condition which is affecting your ability to fucking function? Yes, I would like to start doing more On everyone's knees. Not all the time. Yeah. I would. So I'm hoping to get like, now that I'm clear, because I had to, I had to basically just get like, not medical permission, but like clearance. So I didn't fuck myself, basically. But it will cover a multitude of sins getting this elliptical and doing like fucking 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. But I'd have to build up to it. But it's something I desperately want to do. I'm absolutely sick. Where will you sit on a live stream when you acquire the equipment? I could sit anywhere, couldn't I? I could go and lie down, if you remember. I don't know if you remember this, but when I first started doing the streams, I literally had to lie down when I was doing them. I've already made loads of progress. That's where I was. I was so fucked, I had to lie down when I was streaming. Mental. Come to Macedonia, Duck, for therapy in mineral-rich thermal waters. People with rheumatism here go all the time. Yeah, maybe I should. We're gonna have a perfume party. We can go to like the mineral waters and just have a bit sniff. It'd be great. I'll bring some perfumes over. I'll just bring like decants of one of everything I've got, and I can just like give them to you, and it'll be fun. 250 is a good number for a bottle, not a microphone. That's a good point. That is a very good point. This table is considered vintage goods. It is. It's a bureau, though. It's actually like a desk. It's the front of if you imagine like a chest of drawers, and like the front comes down and it becomes like this writing table. Probably when you have that many freebies, it tend to overflow, yes. Celebrating a greater table which barely has space. Please don't sell the carpet for the mic. The carpet's just falling to bits. The carpet's falling to bits. That's something else I'm going to need to do as well. I'm very aware of the fact that, like, there's shit in the house that needs sorting, and that's like one of the reasons I haven't been buying perfumes as well. I've got like I want this room painted and a new carpet in here, because there's literally a couple of holes in the carpet over there. One of the reasons for that is that we had water ingress, because there's like a door, the balcony door. There was water ingress coming in because it wasn't finished properly when they fucking did it. Twats. But now that's sound, and it's just a process, do you know what I mean? I get out and walk 5 miles a day, weather permitting. That's another thing, the weather. And I live on top of a hill. So every time I go out, it was fine when I was a kid. High Country Esquire, that is an outrageous name and I love it. That is like, I would love to be able to do that, go out and walk in nature. But the problem is it's the uneven ground. And if I fall and hurt myself, which I have, like, I don't want to make myself sound like an old man, but I have been prone to do, right? Like, I'm fucked. Whereas if something happens or if I get really tired, I can literally just like crawl into fucking bed here. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll take it up. The physio showed us a couple of exercises to strengthen the muscles at the front of my hip. Because that's a problem for us as well. I've got really like the muscles in me thing. I'm also going to see the doctor soon. He's going to give me some naproxen, fingers crossed. That will be able to help us deal with the pain of the activity that I'm about to embark on. Hopefully he gives me it. So that is where I'm at. Hello, Icemore. Hope that's Shalimar. Ducks fly together at the table. Look at the duck as he's spending money on perfume. Yes, it does. Yes, it was gifted to me last year for my birthday. It's very easy wireless mic. I use it with my iPhone. Brandon picks up vintage fragrances and LV bags on a daily, says Carl. I used to be a personal trainer. I sit on the llama, says Proudy. Oof. I'm a big lad. And there's a couple of baby llamas at the place as well. There'll be plenty of photos, don't worry. If you're in the Discord, you will see loads and loads and loads and loads of pictures. Jura, I personally love it. I get on with Hyacinth. I don't get on with Hyacinth. Someone told me that if your knees are below your hips, you will naturally sit straight. Yoga is the best to maintain optimal posture in any situation. Yes, I'm going to take up yoga as well. Literally always tired. It seems that it doesn't get much love. I also find it really nice. The duck on camera. We'll decide when you sit on a live stream. When you acquire the equipment. Keep the elliptical in mountain climb mode. That's what the bloke had it in today. Yesterday I was wounded. Oh my god, the sulfur smell lingers on days after, says Christina. Oh no. Smell is not nice of the mineral waters. I still smell of sulfur, says Drophouse. Smell is not nice. You're lucky over there. We have to worry about bears, big cats, snakes every time we step into nature, says A. Wishing you the happiest birthdays tomorrow, brother, says James to A. Yes, thankfully, other than the chronic pain in my leg from that injury last year, we don't have those pre-existing conditions. Yes, chronic pain as well. I've developed fibromyalgia. I've developed fibromyalgia, which you can unfuck with exercise, apparently. So that is definitely something I want, because it's absolutely fucking, it's mental. It's mental. Like, I keep talking about me memory going. Apparently it's part of the fibromyalgia, and I can't be dealing with it. Isn't naproxen readily available in the UK? You can buy it here with Advil and Tylenol. No, it's not. Big heavy duty bastards as well. They're big tablets, so I don't know what the dose is, but you've got to take something to protect your stomach when you have them as well. Otherwise, it'll fucking ruin your fucking gut. Like, it's corrosive to the stomach. So you've got to take lansoprazole or omeprazole, whichever one the doctor gives you. So, but I take that anyway because of the amount of medications I take. So that's sound on that score. So what's the long-term diagnosis of your condition, Rich? I have axial spondyloarthritis and I will die with it. I will never not have it. It doesn't go away. You just have to treat the symptoms. It's my immune system attacking us, basically, particularly my back and my hip, and it's wrecked us. And when you've got rheumatic conditions, like the tiredness, it's because your immune system's kicking off. Do you know when you're ill? This is the way it was explained to me. When you're ill, right, you get that kind of malaise, and you get that kind of you get that kind of malaise, you get that kind of feeling bad. You know, you don't just get a cough. You don't just get like pain. You feel bad. That's like because of your immune system and all your body's like nutrients and energies like being put into fighting the disease, right? That, like, my immune system's kicking off all the time. So that's why I feel like that. And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm unwell without any of the symptoms. A bit like I don't have a cough unless I get a chest infection. I don't have like the symptoms of like an infection or anything like that. But it's as if my body's fighting one. But it's attacking the joint in my hip. It's me immune system's decided that the joint in my hip is the enemy, and it's attacking that, and that heightened immune response is what makes us feel like shit all the time. And then after that, with a chronic long-term condition like that, you can develop fibromyalgia, which a lot of people used to think was just like malingering, used to think it was bullshit, like it's not real, like people just like fucking lazy, right? I can fucking tell you right now, it is not. Whatever the fuck fibromyalgia is, right? It ain't bullshit. I'm fucking, like, I can't think properly half the time. But the doctor and the rheumatologist were like the best and really the only treatment for it is nerve blockers and exercise. You need to do exercise. And if you don't do exercise, you will never treat the symptoms because it's what tells your body that it's not fucked anymore. And I was like, oh. They were like, it's the only fucking thing that we found that works. We can treat the pain with like stuff like gabapentin or amitriptyline. But, and I'm already on gabapentin, so fuck knows how much worse it would be if I wasn't. But they were like, you've developed fibromyalgia, you've got all the symptoms. I didn't know what fibromyalgia was until fucking what? It was a couple of years ago, maybe. I see people talking about swimming. Yes, swimming's apparently an amazing thing, but I'd want to look a little bit better before I went and got into a swimming pool. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to be flopping into a swimming pool as thick as I am. So I want to knuckle down, do some exercise at home, maybe lose a bit more weight. No bodybuilding stuff, like weight bearing and stuff like that. I don't need it, to be honest with you. I'm 6'2" and built like a fucking house anyway. What I need to do is I need to lose weight so that I'm not fucking carrying this extra bulk. You know, because the doctor was like saying that as well. But I've already lost. Like what? Right, so at my heaviest, right, I was 23 stone. And I'm 18 stone dead on now. And I would like to get down to 16. So I need to lose another 22 pounds in American money. Or another 10 kilos. Which is eminently fucking doable from where I'm at. But I used to weigh, right, 23 stone in pounds. I used to weigh 320 pounds. 320, just about 325 pounds or 146 kilograms. I weigh 115 now, just under 115. What? No. That's my mother asking if I've got any white t-shirts. Oh, I've just realised. Oh, fuck me. Speaking of therapy, I need to head to mine. See you folks later. Thanks for all the wishes. Happy birthday, eh? And thank you for coming. Curious, do magnesium Epsom salt baths help? No, I've never done anything like that. I'm really focused on exercise now. Mate, I've seen all sorts in the gym pool. To hell with what people think. And there's another aspect of it as well that I don't want to bump into any fucker I know. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to bump into anyone I know, like, much more than people actually see. It's like if a bunch of strangers seen us, like, wailing about in a swimming pool. Also, I want to build up a bit of fitness as well. I'm so unfit, it's disgraceful. Like, I did 2 minutes on this fucking elliptical yesterday, and I was like, I could see my heart rate was like 130. I was like, this is like despicable. You know what I mean? Like, that's no good, that. But doing a lot of exercise would cover a multitude of sins. I'm also going to try something absolutely mental, right? You can get, if you're using it for your medical condition, you can get 20% off in this country. You don't have to pay the VAT if it's for a medical condition on any equipment that you buy to help you with it. So I'm going to try that and try and save some money, you know. I just don't know how much to spend on an elliptical because I don't want to buy it and then be like, oh, I'm not using that. But I need to build it into my day. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, by the way, Mitch. Mine is May 12th. It's not my birthday. It's A's birthday in the chat. My birthday is in October, but thanks. But I will remember your birthday, May the 12th. Do a live. Go live. It's next Sunday. I shall have to get you an e-cake. An online cake. Swimming is good for those with bad joints and those whose weight prevented them from running. Yes, it's very good for that because it doesn't put, it's the same as the elliptical, it doesn't put stress on your joints. In fact, it's better than the elliptical because it doesn't put stress on your joints. Our birthday, says James. That's right. I found out today King James II's birthday was the 14th of October as well. I was listening to something. About King James II today, and I was like, they were like, he was born on the 14th of October. I was like, get in. And then I remembered who James II was and how he got expelled. So I was like, oh, you bad wanker. It was also the day of the Battle of Hastings, would you believe? So that was nice. Speaking of therapy, we must do so much just to minimize the pain. Yes. What is life? What is life? Are we here just to suffer? As Alex Jones said. I'm streaming. Jura Rose had a strange day today. A woman came into a shop and started going, because she was on drugs. Silly woman. Looking forward to picking up the new Neroli Portofino Parfum. I would like to smell it. I don't know that I'm going to buy it. I don't trust Tom Ford to make fucking good fragrances anymore. Matty Cole, I responded to your email. I haven't checked it yet, though. I will do the next time. In fact, fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's have a look, shall we? Let us have a look. Ralph Lauren shares our birthdays, or did. Well, yes, before he perished. Before he perished, you go back there. You're going on the carpet, friends. You're going on the carpet. Because we're pulling out a Dior Home. I haven't got Dior Home in the rotation at the minute. Because... oh, there's my 100ml silver stem. Which doesn't have Dior on the stem. Outrageous. That's a bit scandalous. So where is it on the stem? I don't think it's written on my stem, mate. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh, but it's not written on the it's not written on the silver stem either. 2 seconds. Oh, sugar and spice. Have I bought a fake Dior Home? No, because I bought them all off fucking reputable sources. Okay. So there are my Dior Homes. Plantar fasciitis is a bother for me, so cycling is my main exercise. But it's really shit in the rain, and it's bloody rain since Christmas here. Fucking pissed down today for a little while. James was a wanker, and his father was a Bible thumper. Yes. I went on the Atkins diet and went from 299 pounds to 221 pounds. The best decision I ever made. Cut carbs and sugars out my diet and ate tons of veg. Well, that's always a good idea. I really struggle with those, though, because I'm dead funny about texture. In Parfum. Not in Parfum. Well, I'm funny about texture in Parfum as well. But I'm funny about texture in food. I can see you've done a good vacuuming, Duck. I have. But the carpet's fallen to bits, man. The carpet, literally bits of the carpet are just like fucking coming away now. Like, I'm going to need to get people in to move everything out of the room so they can lay the carpet and then put it back in for us because I can't take myself. You know what I mean? Absolute disaster, like. So there. Jura Rose has sent me a picture. You need to get a torch on it. It's a hard one to see. Okay. Where is my phone torch? It's not there, you know. I mean, it's really just not there, like. I can't tell you, man. Where's it supposed to be? Is it around the front? Oh. There it is! Outrageous! There it is. I am sorry I doubted you. Outrageous. What a spot. That is madness. Well done. Vindication. It's not on the silver stem, though. The Dior is not written on the silver stem. This silver stem does not have Dior written on it. It's 100ml eau de toilette. It's a demonstrator, like. It's 2009 bottle. Yes, Dior Home. Should I do a comparison? I think I've done a comparison video. This time next year, Rich will be running up hills to the Metal Angel Rocky style. Oh, that'd do me. Calves would be on fire if they didn't snap. Well done, Mikey Cole. I really wish I could like Dior Home, says High Country Esquire. The lipstick iris just doesn't like me. That's a shame. See, you've done a good job. You need to get a torch on. It's a difficult one. Not an actual torch. No, an actual torch, says James. How about a silver stem? Also without the Dior. I think 2009, 2010 silver stem didn't have it on them. That was then Demaché took over, wasn't it? The swine. I've seen it on the silver on pictures, but never on the black one, says Dropout. I really wish I could like Dior Home. Yes, Dior Home is out of the rotation now until autumn and winter, when I will be wearing this one, as it's a much more ambery version of this one, and then I will bring this one back in the spring next year. Or will I? Will I, in fact, reintroduce this to the rotation? I have options, friends, but I did wear it a lot while I was getting through that last bottle, so I want to wear some other stuff, you know. I've finished a bottle, so I want to wear some other stuff for a while rather than my Dior Homes. Although I do have back here, for when the summer hits and the fucking, what's it called? The summer hits and the heat goes up, fingers crossed, I have this Dior Home Cologne. The original Dior Home Cologne. So, excuse me, I might wear Bobby Koros tomorrow. Welcome, Scent Reaper. Your scent of the day is Coromandel EDT, although I can't smell at the minute. Oh no. Why can't you smell? Are you still sick? I could wear some Filippo Sorcinelli back there, you know. Someone was asking me about Filippo Sorcinelli earlier. I think it was Regis Monkton. Here it is. Oh, it's incredibly churchy. Whoops. I need to stop doing that, don't I? Where is my mind? Turning up the light a little bit. My Dior Home collection is outrageous. I've got fucking loads of it. I just checked my Dior Home original bottle and it has Dior Home written on the stem too. Oh. Dior Home Original, is that the latest version you mean, or do you mean the silver stem? Which one do you mean? I was just smelling that Unum Labs. What do you think about it? I think it's fucking brilliant, like. I might review that next. I was thinking about doing Arden Sandalwood as a review too. Chuck says, Mitch, in the last week, I've purchased Iris Cendra, Iris Bleu Gris, and just ordered Iris Nazarena. Yikes, that's a lot. My Dior Home is the 2005 batch, as old as it gets. Yes. I've actually not tried Dior Home Original. Is there any difference? What do you mean, the silver stem? Because they actually released a fragrance called Dior Home Original. So we need to draw distinctions here. This is Dior Home Silver Stem. The Dior Home Original came out in 2021. So when you say, but this is actually the original one. This is Dior and its name fuckery that they've been up to. You know what I mean? Fuck them. No, the new 2021. I've tried it. It's all right. I don't think the performance is as good, but it's okay. Happy early birthday, A. You're the absolute best, says Horace. He has gone to therapy, unfortunately, but everybody said happy birthday to him here. So that was nice. Ships in the night. Beautiful Dior collection, says J. Paul. Thank you. I have more. Fear not. I don't have the Parfum, though. Didn't like the Parfum. Used to. Had the 75 ml. Sold it to Peter Kokorin at cost. And I was very happy to see the back of it, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's a poor imitation. Like, big and clumsy it felt it was. I don't like the leather in it. Therapeutic ships in the night. That's right. I wish my childhood was filled with Catholic incense because I've smelt enough to last a lifetime, says DJ. What do you get from Iris Nazarena? All year wear, in my opinion. I think you recommended that to me. All year wear, maybe not in the highest of high heat. But spring, certainly. Autumn, certainly. Winter, probably. Maybe not in the highest of heat. Depends on your circumstances. Outrageous, says Frank. Welcome, Frank. I'll wear Dior Homme Sport 2012 today then, says Frank. I wasn't a fan. Stephen Tampman very kindly sent us some. I think it was Stephen Tampman. Very kindly sent us some, and I was just like, ooh. Brother, ooh. Didn't enjoy it. Don't like the fucking grapefruit. There was a grapefruit material they used in the early, mid, and late 2000s, like that fucking 2001 to 2008. They used it around then, and it was fucking awful. It was awful at the time, and it's awful now. And it just smells like it smells like grapefruit, but like, do you know matte? You know, like a matte version, like MATTE, like a flat, dull kind of grapefruit. That's not what grapefruit should be. That's what the fucking grapefruit in that Dior Homme Sport smells like. And it was in a few other fragrances as well. It was in M7 Fresh, which was fucking awful too. I'd love to find a bottle of the original Dior Homme Sport. The original formulation had something special. Can I just say that it's awesome to have a partner who goes to therapy entirely on his own? I like DHP, but I understand where you're coming from, says Jay. It's too fat and it's too bulky. And when I say fat, I mean it's got this kind of fatty leather. Do you know, like you get fatty leathers sometimes where it's like it's thick and it's a little bit oily. And it's kind of like that, and it just doesn't fit Dior Homme. It doesn't fit this. You know, this is the original Dior Homme. This is light. It's airy. It's nimble. And the other one just feels like clunky and not as taut. You know, the 2021 is weird. I can't smell it after an hour, but people still smell it on me. There may be some ISOE Super. There's ISOE Super in the original one, in all of them, I think. DHP is amberwood galore. That would explain why I don't like it. Excuse me. That would explain why I don't like it. Sport 12 smells separate from the other Hommes. Just as iris flower, but no powder. I love it. Elegant summer scent. Fantastic views. Where is the silver collar DHI? There isn't one. I don't think there is. I don't think there's a silver collar. Dior Home parade going on, that's right. If you like Dior Home, you are in the right place. For some reason, I've got Laos Unum. I'm going to wear this at some point. I'm going to wear it. I should have wore it recently. I haven't worn it for a while. Where will you go? Where will you go? Ooh. I need to get this in here somehow. I'll put you there for the time being, but you're not staying there because you're too big. You should be on the floor. Yes, DJ Pamplemousse, I have some of it in raw form, says Frank. Comet could be Dior Femme. Paroli, I agree, that was one of my favourites from the whole line. Good shout. Oh, Dior Homs. Welcome, Herb. Iris Soir. Oris says, Rich and I should arm wrestle to decide a silver stem is better or just whatever. I always thought arm wrestling was just a couple of fucking people holding hands, grunting at each other. Big men as well, you know. I don't like arm wrestling. It's dead weird. People used to challenge us to arm wrestling all the time when I was a kid, and I was like, no, it's fucking weird. I don't want to hold your hand. Get away from us, you freak. Queer Canage versus Leather Rude. I would have to go for Queer Canage these days. I love Leather Rude. I do love Leather Rude. The only amberwood fragrance that I actually like, but I think Queer Canage is just... Queer Canage, one, it lacks amberwoods, and two, it's got the iris. It's unhygienic, says Herb. I have yet to snag a silver stem, says Jay. Not easy either. Noir Cologne is fantastic. It's strong but airy, has a lot of lift. Yes, I would love to try that scent Reaper. In fact, no, I've got a sample of it. I've got an 8. Is it an 18 mil? No, is it like a 15 mil, like mini type thing? I'm not entirely sure that it is actually fucking the cologne because I haven't smelled it yet, but it's there somewhere. Is it here? Is it down here? Is it here? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just to remind you that these two fragrances were released within a fucking year of each other. And these days we are stuck with some of the fucking worst shite available to humanity. But not to worry. I've seen so many videos of people's arms getting snapped, arm wrestling, so I will never do it. Yeah, I'm not interested in that shit either. We can hold hands and grunt at each other, Rich. That's fine. Well, it's very open of you. It's very 2024, you know. As long as A is okay with it. I'll hold his hand and grunt at him as well. Did you find any new Parfum d'Empire that you liked, Pradeep, says Carl? Eau de Glory and Fougere Bengal are nice. Need to test more. The sample set from Parfum d'Empire is sensational. I'm decent in arm wrestling, even at higher weight classes, not to brag, says Carl. A lot of it's got to do with your ligaments and not your muscles. You know, there's like ligament strength is different to muscle strength. You know, if you haven't got the ligaments, and I don't think I've got the ligaments, like, I don't think I've got the ligaments for it. I've got the muscle for it, but the ligament strength I don't think is there. I'm big built. I look stronger than I am. So I mean, my back's obviously fucking devastated. Me strength and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I've just spilled water all down myself because I'm a fucking twit. You should stack all your Dior Home and see how high it can go, says Pat. Maybe Guinness World Records will recognise it. Doubtful, but they would go quite high. Did Dior discontinue the vetiver from the Privé line? It's a nice one. It has a coffee note. I think you can still get it in Paris, but you can't get it just like at Dior boutiques and shit like that. They'll order it in for you, maybe, but then you've got to commit to buying it, you know. I'm thinking of getting the complete Parfum d'Empire of samples. It's brilliant, absolutely sensational. Carl, what profiles do you like in Perfume, says DJ. Ryan says, so good to see Greggy Boy back, and Drac Doc got me into fragrances back in the day. Yes, it's brilliant to see Greggy Boy back. I hope he sticks at it. I'm sure he will. And because that is literally the content I grew up on. It was like when he came back, I was like, oh, fucking hell. He's doing watches as well. So I was like, fuck. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. You know what I mean? This is brilliant. Oh, God. Why is this so mucky? What's going on here? What are you? Stop that. There is filth on the collar of my Dior Home. I'm very glad to have all the backups I've got of Dior Home. I thought they were going to get rid of it in 2012. Shitting it, friends. Shitting it. Corticciato seems to like Haine Motel. Get that in the entire line, says Pradeep. Fortnum & Mason doing black currant and cassis curd. That's an unusual... That's just unusual, that. I like his watch videos too. Luckily, I don't have the funds to get into watches. Well, quite. Seems like you're a little annoyed with Parfum d'Empire, Pradeep, says Carl. If Kurdijan touches Dior Home, I'll be fuming. He will touch it. He's definitely going to touch it up. He's definitely going to touch it up. He's going to get at it at some point. Welcome, Pio Bankson, Julio Iglesias Femme. How's that? How is it? How's it doing? Ooh. Look. There is the original Dior Home Intense. This is a batch codeless perfume, which is not ideal. Oh, no, there it is. 7H01, so it's 2007. This is the original Dior Home Intense. I could compare those as well, couldn't I? I could compare those. Again, just a reminder, these three fragrances came out within years of each other. I've also Bois d'Argent's in there too. You know? What about Dior Home 2020? It's discussed. It's a fucking write-off. Why did they call it Dior Home 2020? Was it because it was so bad they named it after the worst year since the 1940s? You know what I mean? Fuck that. Absolutely abhorrent. Why did they put it in the Dior Home line? They were trying to sneak something past where that's why. Like, calling it Dior Home 2020 was outrageous. Like, literally outrageous. It was a scummy thing to do. It was an absolutely awful thing to do. I think he's already touched Dior. They are terrible now. The last few releases have been crap. Totally fucking agree. I hate that fucking fragrance. The fact that they put it in the Dior Home line's outrageous. And they just tried to sneak it past people. I just found it extremely patronizing. There's someone on eBay trying to sell a fake Dior Home Sport 2008. You can tell it's fake from the cap, says Ryan. What did DH batch code Wankfest, says RS? Yes! Sit back and enjoy. It is fantastic. A Dior Home batch code Wankfest. I would go. You know, advertise that. I'd go. You know. Oh, pardon me. But yes, this is my Eau Noir cologne. I'll tell you what, it smells a lot like. The lavender in this smells like Arden sandalwood cologne. The lavender in this is very much like that. I've just wiped a little bit on, for lack of a better word. Yeah, it is different. It is different. It feels different. I'll get the other one out in the autumn and winter, and we will do a what will we do? We will do a comparison video. That is just my brain just deciding that it's not asked in the middle of a fucking sentence. Ooh. I'll tell you what else as well. There is somebody, a friend of mine, is selling a bottle of this on eBay. The gold foil Santa Maria Novella. I've forgot the name. What is going on with my brain? Not a lot, by the sounds of it. If anybody wants to tell us the name, anytime. I've completely fucking blanked on the name of that. Peau d'Espagne, thank you. I would have never got that, by the way. Nowhere near was I anywhere near to getting that. Audrey Jane, welcome. How are you? How is your baby? How is everything? How is Adam? How is life? It's Peau d'Espagne, it's written on the back. Fuck off. It's written on the back, little sticker there that says Peau d'Espagne. I've shot the bed there. Duck dementia has set in. Yeah, it's that. It's the. Now I know what it is. I'm not as worried. Apparently it's the fibromyalgia. So that is why I must start doing exercise to wake my brain up. Burke. Welcome, Peter. Dinky Mini. Yes, I have now retired. Said Dinky Mini. Back to the cupboard. Saw a review of the new Eau Noir, and he said that it dries down to Bois d'Argent. Sounds good. Fuck that. It does not dry down to Bois d'Argent. Bois d'Argent is fucked now. It's just absolutely dead on its arse. You know what I mean? It's got nothing to it. It always had decent. It always had decent performance. And now it doesn't. Oris, my shoulder and elbow have yet to set their arm wrestling boundaries too. Rich, have you read the latest edition of Nay? Nay, I haven't. Nay. I got a version of it when I ordered the little what's it called? The incense version, the incense perfume. What's it called? I can't remember the name of that either. The one I sent to Fliss. Fuck's it called? Anyway, Adorum. Thank you, Tim. I wouldn't have got anywhere near that either. And it came in French. It came in fucking French. Oh, memories turn to shit. Oh, it's my shoulder and elbow. Hey, Mitch. Thanks for the tips about the vintage. We'd love to be in touch with a nooge. Go on to Enchant Perfume. Search Enchanté Perfume. Go on his website. Contact him and tell him I sent you. He's in Canada, but he ships around the world. Estee Lauder calling Acne Studios as the new masterpiece by perfume prodigy Susie Laheli. Calm down, Estee. It's just marketing bollocks. Shit. No, I have to arm wrestle Estee Lauder too, says Horace. Po de Espagne. Duck's dementia has set in, truly. Duck, when did you take your antihistamine? I actually haven't taken an antihistamine today. I haven't taken any of my vitamins today. Maybe that's why I'm fucked. All is well, says Audrey Jane, thank God. Baby keeps waking me up at 5, so my days are long. Baby, stop that. Put him to bed a little bit later. Scent of the night is Clive Christian, Rock Rose, says Nina Slav. Welcome, Brian, how are you? Bois d'Argent smells like vanilla ice cream now. Smelled it last month. I wouldn't have recognised it. Yeah, if you were around when Bois d'Argent was Bois d'Argent and you smelled it now, it's hollow. It's really hollow. It smells really cheap, and it always smelled really expensive. It smells vanillic. It smells weak, and it just for such an ethereal. The myrrh and the iris really grounded it and gave it this kind of. It was pitch perfect. It was balanced beautifully. Even the Demaché version was good, which is it's a mad statement to say, but it was good. And now it's not. And now it's just not. The version that is available now is appalling. When he reformulated it in 2017 or 2018 and claimed that it was a new fragrance and that he'd perfumed it, which was absolutely disgusting. It was reprehensible. It was weakened then. You want the 2010 bottle, 2010 up to 2016. If you can find a bottle of that, then you're winning. If you can find a bottle of the cologne, which I did for 150 quid, a full 250ml bottle for 150 quid of the cologne, it is one of the purchases of my entire fucking journey. I don't know, just the gods smiled on us that day. And I got a 250ml bottle of the cologne for £150. That'll never happen again. That was silly cheap. But don't buy any of them 2017 or up. Just don't do it. Not for me, you know. Did you meet the man in black? Or what, have I died? I actually, as we are speaking, just opened the Iris Bleu Gris EDT Vintage. I like the newer EDP better, not to worry. My weather vane has just come in through the cat flap and he is drained. Bois d'Argent was majestic. Coeur d'Argent touched it last year. Yeah, when they reintroduced it, because I can see Brian's comment as well. Welcome, Jack Attack. Mine is 2019, I think, says Brian, but it still smells great. Not strong indeed, but the scent is still in the right direction. Not sure when it changed again after, but it's now way different. So, coming on to that point, from Pradeep's point, when said Coeur d'Argent touched it last year, Coeur d'Argent re-released Cologne Blanche, Eau Noir, and Bois d'Argent last year, 2023, I think. And when he did that, they were... The Bois d'Argent was irreparably, it's dead now. That version of that perfume is just don't buy that. And I agree. Even the like I just sat and said, don't buy the 2018 to 2023 version. That is still light years ahead of the one Curtis Jean re-released. Light years ahead. He absolutely butchered Bois d'Argent. Eau Noir fared better, but it's still not great. And Cologne Blanche, I smelled the original Cologne Blanche like once or twice, and I was like, I prefer Cologne Royale, actually, would you believe? You've been watching the Snooker Duck? No, I haven't actually, but I did see there was an outrageous something. John Higgins did something silly, apparently, like silly good. So there we go. Scent of the day is Eli Saab's Essence Vetiver number 6. I think this is by Curtis Jean. It's very nice. Well, that's the thing. That line's meant to be brilliant, but you can't find it in the UK. It's a nightmare. Welcome, Timmonson. Nick Walker's big bottle of Geranium Pour Monsieur arrived today. Happy days indeed. I'm still pissed off the discontinued Cologne Royale. Yeah, I'm fucking out. That said, I don't know that I would buy it again. I've got a big bottle, 250, but it's brilliant in the heat. It really is. It's fantastic in the heat, and it lasts. But it's just a citrus. It's a Berger musk. It's a glorified Berger musk. Yeah. So anyone a fan of Oud Satin Mood? Seem like sickly sweet candy rose and no oud whatsoever. I like Oud Satin Mood, the X straight. I like Oud Satin Mood, the X straight, but I wear it like 1 spray, 2 spray in the winter. December, January. You know, deepest winter. Is Dior Home Cologne Silver Stem 125ml for £230 worth it? I paid like half that for mine, but that's probably the going rate at the minute. Don't expect performance from it. Don't expect performance from Dior Home Cologne because it just doesn't have it. It's like 3 hours, 4 hours. So that's why you get a bigger bottle and 230 quid for that. It's not ideal. One of the biggest butcherings for me also has to be Oud Ispahan. It's now a drop of Old Ispahan soaked up by a sugar cube. So there's a really, really, really interesting theory that went around for a while about that. It's not you don't hear about it anymore, but when they introduced that fragrance in 2010, right, they reformulated it the year after. The 2010 bottles had real oud in it, and the rose from Ispahan. The reckon since it's been out, because of climate change has hit Iran like you wouldn't believe. It's not in a political fucking sense of like fucking, oh, we've got to fucking stop doing all these things. The climate in that part of the world, in that belt of Iran, has just turned to hell, right? It's become unlivable, and the plants there are just dying. Yet the rose crop from that part of the world is fucked, and has been since like 2010, 2012, and it's never recovered. And there's also been sanctions as well. So it's harder to get it out. But if you can get a 2010 bottle of Oud Ispahan, it's a completely different fragrance to even the one they've released in 2011 and 12. And there's a video that features Sebastian, and it features Lania Smith together. And the smell and compare Oud Ispahan, the early bottle that they had, Lania Smith, Oud Ispahan. There it is. I will share this video, copy the link, All right, watch it and listen to what they say. They compare it to Oud Palau. And when you watch it, it's only 8 minutes long, so it's not a big commitment I'm asking from you. But if you watch that, you will see what I mean, because they had their original bottles and then they get a new one and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know? I bought Bois d'Argent just before Francis Curtijon started. It's now very strong, says Super King, but initially it was very weak. Scent of the day is Balenciaga. Excuse me, sorry. Ho Hang. Nice. The Dior Sales Associates and Selfridges tell me off the record that the Francis Curtijon re-releases have been a sales disaster and have been axed. Get in! Serve them right for going down the Curtijon hell route. Hopefully he's not there for much longer and they get someone in who's absolutely fucking bonkers. Who just produces an absolute madness for them. I got 5 mil from eBay for around £16. I don't really regret the decision, says Jack. It was my first bag purchase from eBay, so no, I was dubious, but it seems legit to me for what it was worth. 2 full bottles coming. Fat Electrician and the original Encre Noir. Nice. Oud Isfahan still stunning. I'll have to walk through Selfridges wearing Oud Isfahan, says Nick. Jack, wonderful choices. I've got a day one Oud Isfahan and literally lasts for days, even through showering. Peter, can I proposition you? And then after that, can I ask if you would send me a drop of that, as long as you've got enough to part with? If you don't, I understand. You wouldn't want to, like, but if I could get a dab of that, I would appreciate it forever. The smell is gorgeous and so strong, says Nick. Not the. You haven't smelled the original. Thank you, Peter. Let me know if you want to smell anything. I've got a bit of this. I don't know. I can see this being up your alley. That's the vintage Creator Russi. Have you smelled it? It's an 80s bottle. I'll send you a bit of that if you want. I'm sure I've got a long list of shit I should be sending you. You can see what colour the vanilla's gone in that. It's mental. My last Oud Isfahan 40 mil, probably also 2019, also lasted well. It was just cloying sweet. It's got one of the biggest amber woods in it that you will ever fucking see, and the rose in it is not Isfahan rose. It's an accord, whereas the original one was proper Isfahan rose. But that video with Lania Smith and Sebastian, very telling. They're like, what the hell happened to me, Oud Isfahan? And it was years ago as well. It was years ago, 7 years ago. Where are we? Had a lot more sort of like civet. Like the oud was a little bit more pissy. You know, it was different. Rose and anus. Animalic rose, says analic rose, says Ninoslav. I'm really tempted to blind buy a bottle of Xerjoff Fiero, says Jack. I see comparisons to Eau Sauvage DNA, but people say the performance is better. I would never tell you to blind buy anything, and I certainly wouldn't tell you to blind buy a fucking Xerjoff. I'll stay back. I would stay back. Have you decided which brand to start a sample series on? No, I was going to do it today, and I just thought, fuck, I can't. I'm out. I just can't be bothered. I'm fucked. Do you know what I mean? Took the poison last night and did a 3-hour stream, a 3-hour gaming stream, which probably wasn't a very good idea. Of course, thank you, Peter. Oris Oud Isfahan. Can't beat some shitty oud, says Nick. Wearing Oud Isfahan at 45-degree heat is amazing. Well, the Arabs do it. fucking Arabs love nothing more than donning some fucking, like, some massive oud and walking around in, like, the heat that you will just, like, it's just the thought of it. You know what I mean? The thought of it's outrageous. The thought of that kind of heat's terrifying. Like, it's been what? In the humidity today, it's got to have been like 20, 21, and I'm like, whoa, this is a bit steep, isn't it? You know what I mean? Iran is the main source of the galbanum too. Of Santal Royale for a rose oud. Rosanus. I think they said butthole, James. Have you decided which brand to start? No, I haven't. I thought about doing it today, but I haven't. Dior should get Anik Monado if Curtis goes. I don't know how old Anik Monado is, and would it be a long-term commitment? If I was them, I don't know. I've thought maybe the in-house perfumer model might be dead. I think the in-house perfumer model might be dead. Make them start fucking competing for briefs again, because they're not even fucking trying. Like, you smell everything that's being released today and it's shit. You know what I mean? Like, make them start fucking fighting over each other. Fucking, like, make them start, like, incentivize them to make interesting shit. I say that, and then I see out the corner of my eye a bottle of something like Roadster, which came from an in-house perfumer. I see a bottle of Prada Amber Pour On, which came from an in-house perfume. If you're going to get an in-house perfume, I get a good one. Don't get someone who's just going to sit there. I mean, it's well documented that fucking Francis Kurdish isn't really interested in perfume anymore. He just wants to be famous. He prefers photo shoots, and he prefers Instagram, and he prefers the life to perfumes. And I think it comes from, I'm speculating, I don't know this. I think it comes from the fact that he made experimental stuff for his own brand and it never sold. And he's thought, well, fuck it. I think he's given up. You know? I mean, I could be wrong, but there we are. Isfahan in the summer is immense. Bloom would be an understatement. Eugene got any of them old Dior Privés? He probably would have bought them at the time. So you'll have the older ones, yeah. You want the ones with the separate CD on the top. You see how the C and the D on the top of the Dior bottles there is separate? And it is here as well. Nope, that's upside down. The C and the D are separate. They're the bottles of Dior you want to buy. That is a good way of telling that your bottle's going to be in good condition. Because and it comes on the packaging as well. So you want that. If that is a good way of that is a good way of telling that your Dior is going to be in good condition, really. I will take your Zerjov advice. Cheers. Yes, well, you've saved yourself a fortune as well. Rich, what happens to your perfumes when your dementia gets really bad and you forget you like them? Give them to Richie G. Give them to Richie G. I'm going to put that in my will. Go Leafs go, says Nick. Do you also get someone like Sheldrake, but it's more likely they'll go for someone even worse than Curtis? You used the word modern, but I used the word worse. You're right, because they're an LV brand, and we know what they're like. But Dior were always different. Dior were always fucking mental, releasing stuff like Fahrenheit, and then like Dior Home. You know what I mean? Do you know how different? Do you know how much of a left turn Dior Home is from what came before it, as far as like masculine fragrances is concerned? You know, they were always making fucking Eau Sauvage. You know, Jules wasn't as popular, but it's still a great fragrance. You know, they need somebody who's going to do something fucking mental, man. That's what Dior do. They had Edmund Rudnitska before that. You know. So, there we go. The best design of Rose Oud was made by Guerlain Rose Nacli du Désert, and like every great fragrance, it was long discontinued. Yep, that is how you know a fragrance is great, is when they get rid of it, especially the sooner they get rid of it. Can you let me know what you think about Iris Blue Gris EDT versus EDP? Didn't you say you have it on the way? I've got an EDT on the way. I haven't got an EDP. I might have an EDP sample somewhere, but I can't be going to dig it out because it'll take fucking hours. I don't think people are aware of just how many samples that when you are, especially when you start making content, because people are like, oh, do you want to try this? And I'm like, yeah. Mental. I have to go and dehydrate or I'm going to fucking explode. Peter Kikoran, you're in charge. I know how you hate that shit, but I'm putting you in charge, Peter. I'll be back. Wow, I'm back. Okay, so what am I doing? Let's have a look around here, see what's happening. Ooh, Peter did really well. He increased the viewership by 10%. When is Navatis going to drop a Rich Mitch collab? Never. Oh no. Oh, it was deeply unwise. Okay, let's have a look. Fucking Charlotte Tilbury. That fine. I think Oud Palau is as good as that DNA gets his germs. It's got a big fucking amber wood. I had to sell my bottle when I noticed it. I was like, no, get out of this room. You are evil. Curtijan busy liking and commenting on Natalie Portman and Ashley Santiago's Instagram posts. Yeah, he wants to be a celebrity. Francis Kurdijan's best scent was the collab with Chaos Fragrances. Fight me, says Carl. Pradeep, you've just told us a lot about your Instagram as well, says Horace. Rich, do you have your collection insured? No, and it scares us every day. Beware the C&D to be separate on the sprayer too. Yes. That's right. Everywhere you see it, it should be separate. People I know that had no interest in perfume sat up and paid attention to Dior Home when it came out. Yeah, I didn't notice Dior Home when it came out, unfortunately. Yeah, I was wearing other stuff. I wasn't big into Dior, to be honest. I was only a youth. I didn't have the money to spend on it. Ramsey bought separate C&D on the cap, but inside the sprayer was not separate. Oh, the fucking little bastards. Who did that? What perfume was it? Oh, that's awful. Seems easier to just avoid Dior, all this C&D nonsense. Yeah, I know, but once you're lost in the game, you are lost in the game. You know, and I am truly fucking lost. You know what I mean? I am truly fucked. I've not noticed any inconsistency, but I've not bought any Dior since Santal Noir, to be honest. I think Santal Noir's not bad. Santal Noir's not bad. I like Spice Blend as well, but the beginning's nice, the mid's alright, and then the dry down's just fucking poverty. You know what I mean? Just smells, it's just crap. I'm like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Shite. Get back. Avoid Dior, yes, says Spaced Out. It's hard to argue with that, you know. I would love to sit here and tell you, but if you're not getting the vintage stuff, they're fucked. Avoid Dior, yes. I only have Dior Home Original and would love to have Miss Dior Original. Miss Dior Original. There are some that are kicking about on eBay. Do you know what it is? I wish I could ship abroad, because there'd be nothing that would make us happier than to just sit here, spend me days scrolling eBay looking for perfumes for other people. Do you know what I mean? But I can't. You know? Like, if I found like a fucking 2-litre bottle of fucking 1930s fucking Shalimar, I could be like, Brandon, look what I found. I'm going to just send us the money. I'll buy it for you and ship it over now. But I can't. I've genuinely considered getting a fucking hazardous goods license, but it would cost a fortune. And I don't think I've got the fucking... I just don't think I've got the... Well, one, I haven't got the money, but two, I haven't got the fucking... I haven't got the fucking... The inclination. I only have Dior Home Original. I would love to try Miss Dior Original. Yes, it's called Soleil Matin, Pradeep. Could you say something more on Heris? Because from what I've heard, it's a cold iris scent. That is what it is. It's a cold iris scent. It is. It's a little bit floral. It's a little bit aloof. It's what Lanier Smith calls a cool blonde. And that is what it smells like. It smells like a fashionable skinny woman, like Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface. Fashionable skinny woman, blonde hair, blue eyes. All that stuff. It's good. It's a little floral. This version's brilliant. The new version's it's weak. This version is sensational. It's a little bit like Iris Silver Mist, but not as thick. Dior up until the early 2000s is still phenomenal. Absolutely. Avoid Dior, Chanel, Granny, Guerlain, Dead, Hermes, Horsey. Meh, what's left? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. They've stolen the perfume community from her. You know? Granny says drop out. What's wrong with Granny? Prodi, Comme des Garçons, and Costume National. Pretty good stuff. Chanel cooked their goose as far as I'm concerned, charging $385 for the large exclusives. Yeah. Welcome, Laura G. Yeah, the prices of the Chanels, that the prices they are. I mean, Tom Ford's prices are much worse, but that's not an excuse. Like, they're gonna the way that Chanel put their prices up 10% a year, and Tom Ford as well. The way they put their prices up 10% a year is absolutely abhorrent, man. You can't do that. 10% a fucking year. Fuck you talking about? And they're like, oh, it's because my costs have gone up. You want to buy yourself some fucking mates, dickheads? I'm sick, man. Ugh. Excuse me. Where is my... Where the fuck is it? Brother, I can't find it now. You bastard. So it's obviously not fucking here then. I'll look for that later. Bollocks. No, I've lost one of my medications. It's one that I can't be being without. Fuck off. Oh! I'll find it afterwards, don't let us forget. So, I do love that Carvan in the summer. I can't remember. When is the Navitus Rich Mitch collab going to drop? Not. It's not. They wait to get him the wireless mic first. Yes. Friends, I'm soliciting. I'm soliciting. I'm not. I'm saying that I need to save up for some shit. And the wireless mic will have to wait until last. You know. Did you watch Kurdijan's interview on En Aparte on Canal Plus? Gosh, the guy's such a poser. Cannot stand him, says Sandra. I am not lost. I have never smelled those OG Dior Privés, but I stay away by now, I think. Yeah, probably. I remember buying a bottle of Fuel for Life Spirit when I was younger, says James. We've all been there. Welcome, Brandon. When's your birthday drop out? September the 1st. A perfume broker, says Laura G. Yes, I'd do that. You need to attend courses for the licenses too. Yikes. That would mean I'd have to interact with people. Ugh. I think we can make a vintage Miss Dior happen for you, Dropout, says Horace. Welcome, Galfar. Richie, you're ruining Haris for me. Sorry about it. Catherine Zeta-Jones, wonderful. You're so kind. Bel Respiro, the king of green. Celine stands its ground. I've got the sample set of that, and I didn't realise I've already covered them all, so I'm gonna have to sell them to someone. I think it was Dior Home Sport he brought in Houston. Talking about the ramp, yes. The bags at Chanel go up $1,000 at a time, says Peter. Audrey Jane will be livid. Found my love in Chanel 19 ADT. I am the Celine CEO, will increase everything when time comes for her children to go to London Business School. I am the Celine CEO, sorry. No, the Chanel. Chanel in the past had to bring down their prices 2 or 3 times. I said, let it crash. Absolutely. Fuck them, let it go. Let the strings go. Chanel release 1 frag a year or less. It's not so bad. It's just the whole company, though. Like, the whole way it's set up, it's just... It's greed, you know? It's just fucking greed. There's no other way of putting it, friends. Right, this missing medication's driving me up the fucking wall, like, and I can't have it. I'm sure I just pulled it out the other day. There it is. Oof. Fucking hell. Disaster averted. Can't wait for Comet. Caesarus, Chanel release one for, yeah, okay. Brandon says, translated into English. I received a 2 litre of Samsara today, and the famous Grand Factice Parfum Flacon. Released Christmas 1989 for the Guerlain family, making it the only non-Factice Samsara in the world. That's me, Caesarus. Olivia Paul's collecting the Chanel check for one exclusive in 4 years. What a chad. Hey, honestly, he must be bored shitless, though. You know? Like, it's extremely prestigious, and I imagine there's a lot of, like, father-son things going on there. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm just fucking... I have no right to say what I'm about to say. And nothing to base it on either, but I imagine there's a bit of father-son stuff going on there. Like, you know, he's following in his father's footsteps. He's the in-house perfumer of Chanel. His father was obviously widely regarded as one of the great perfumers of all time. He has a son who is also a great, great perfumer, who wasn't going to be a perfumer. And then he turned around and said he was, and he's brilliant at it, and he's at Chanel as well. And it's... I don't know, maybe if he left, his father would be a bit like, why have you left Chanel? Like, the only way is down from Chanel, you know? I'm going to stay on a bit longer tonight, friends. I'm going to stay on longer than 2 hours, so if you would like to stay and talk to me. I suspect that Sheldrake does all his perfumes there. He's definitely got a hand in it, you know. He's definitely got a hand in it. You can tell. Whatever's going on there, I think Sheldrake still permeates Chanel, you know. He certainly did in the mid to late 2000s when they took him on for the Les exclusives. A lot of those exclusives had Sheldrake written all over them. Like, Paul's executed them, but he loaded the fucking gun. You know what I mean? Paul's, I wonder what new fragrance I could create for Chanel. A new iris. Ah, yes, perfect. Probably only bought comic to admire how much of a chad Olivia is. Yes, he was paying tribute to his hero, the man he aspires to be, a man who does one thing every 4 years and gets paid a shit ton of money, and everyone respects him extremely highly. You know, 24-hour stream income. I can guarantee you that it's not, but I might do an extra hour. I'll see how I feel. I've just taken my meds there, so usually I get a bit tired. I had a massive nap today as well. Some days it just happens. Some days you're just fucking knackered, like. Oh, God. Sorry. I have to wear it soon. It's a first batch bottle, says High Country Esquire. Thanks a lot. I have seen it. I am supposed to be to London the next month. My employer has an office there, says Sandra. Sandra, when you go to London, let us know. I will send some samples to wherever you are staying. If you want to sample anything from my collection, let me know. It will be fun. Chanel currently is totally disorganized. Lagerfeld died. Wertheim has apparently lost interest. Bruno is running the company now. Virginia Viard is making very lame collections, says Super King. Well, the thing with the Wertheimers is that the old men, the two brothers, the old men, their kids don't want it. Apparently, that's the rumor. Their kids don't want to run the company, so they're just harvesting money. They're farming money from the company, putting it in the Cayman Islands, so they can't get taxed on it. And I think that they're preparing for a sale. Wouldn't be surprised if we woke up one day and Chanel had been sold to a fucking hedge fund for 200 billion, 300 billion, that kind of fucking thing. You know, wouldn't surprise me in the least. Is current surge worth trying? I'm thinking of getting the sample set. Yes, absolutely. Yesterday's Chanel Couture show was such a disaster, panned by everyone. Oh, God. Well, when you go from Lagerfeld to anyone, right, when you go from Lagerfeld to anyone else, right, you're going to have a drop. There was definitely a job to miss out on. It was a good job to not get, following on from Lagerfeld. You were always going to fail. You were always going to be less than. You would have to be some kind of fucking savant. You would have to be something. You've got to remember who you're competing with here. One of the greatest fucking fashion designers probably ever. You know? He was perfect for the brand. They were worth fucking 10 pence when he fucking took over. If that. They were a dead brand. People don't remember that. Every single fucking penny the Wertheimers have through that brand now is Karl Lagerfeld's responsibility. It's all the designs, all the fucking thing in the 80s where he built it up with Princess Diana in the 90s as well. All of that stuff, the double C on the top, like that logo there, all right? That was made by fucking Lagerfeld. He did everything. He was bad the way he treated fucking people. He didn't care for fucking all that, but as a fashion designer, he was fucking imperious. One of the greats. I love the story about the competition that he was in when he was younger, and there was loads of people entered it, and then it got down to the final two, and the judges were like Pierre Balmain and Ferragamo, or like fucking like these really famous fucking fashion designers, and Lagerfeld got to the final, and the person that he was against in the final was Yves Saint Laurent, and Yves Saint Laurent won. And then Karl Lagerfeld went away, and he got the job at Chanel. Like a few years later, while Yves Saint Laurent set up his own brand, and I mean, you've just got to look at their legacies. They were fucking amazing. There are rumors that Slimane will be hired by Chanel soon. I would be surprised. Translation: I am now going to proceed to transfer 2 litres of Samsara ADP into the Grand Flacon. Glad the seller decanted the perfume from the actual bottle because it obviously would have leaked. I'd say it's definitely worth a trying. Pat says, Germs, there are rumours that Slimane will be hired by Chanel soon. If Chanel is disorganised, what to say about other brands? I love how Hermes has fought off being bought by fucking LVMH. I think it's fucking immense. I just love it. Fuck LVMH. They can't have everything. They should be stopped by the competition watchdog. I got the Surge sample set today, says Horace. Aren't Chanel handbags literally falling apart, allegedly, says Paroli. Yes, 10k for a bag and the leather peels, bad stitching, says Peter. That is fucking absolutely lifting. I hate Lagerfeld with a passion almost as much as I hate Gwyneth. That's really, 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 really not a good sign. They've checked out, I'm telling you. They're just harvesting money from the company before they sell it now. That is my thing. You could wake up any day, because they're old men. You know, the Wertheimers are old men, and when they go, I mean, if they don't sell it, the kids will, because the kids don't want anything to do with it. They'd have been in position by now if they did. You know what I mean? Drawn by Sense says, hello, just woke up, holiday is over, airport nightmares await. Got to try Comet yesterday in a department store, fluffy, floral and pink. Nice if you like that sort of thing, says Drawn by Sense. Welcome. Sorry, your holiday is over. Chanel likes to micromanage. Slimane is a wild horse, says Pradeep. See, I'm not up to date with like all the fashionista sort of thing. Like, I'm not into fashion, like, at all. It's not my thing. So I find it very interesting, though. I find it very interesting, all that sort of carry on. Hermes seems to hold the most integrity, says Peter. Yeah, Hermes does seem to hold the most. I mean, Nigel hit and miss for me, but that's just one perfume arc. The perfume sides of those businesses are not the main driver. They are not what people are there for, you know? It's as simple as that. Like, the perfume's very secondary. In a lot of the places, they don't stock the perfumes, or if they do, they hide them away in a corner because they think it's like, it's secondary, you know? Got to remember, you walk into a Louis Vuitton boutique, right? The sales associates are not making commission on perfumes. Or if they are making commission, they're not making very much. You know? We are not people. Are we? Are we people? Friends, it's that time again. Would you like to like the stream? If you would like to like the stream, like the stream. Don't let me stop you. I will not stand in your way. Slimane moved the entire Celine design studio out of Paris to Saint-Tropez so he can be free from LVMH microscopes, says Pradeep. Fuck. At least he's got some integrity and he knows what's going on. He's not just there to... But he's left Celine, hasn't he? That's what I heard. He's left Celine. He's not there anymore. Wouldn't you be able to smell and Eulemeister a Parfum, Pradeep? Stefan Noel says, welcome, Stefan. Hermes just discontinued 2 of their good releases. Which ones? Slimane might not prolong the contract with Celine because he wants to keep working remote. Welcome, Zhao. How's Zhao? The price increases of Chanel fragrances, especially in the less exclusives, is despicable. That said, they will still maintain the quality, which is something you can't say from the majority of other brands. Yes, their reformulations are always much more compelling than other brands, and that's because they have an in-house perfumer. That's a good side of having an in-house perfumer. You know, that is the good side of having an in-house perfumer because I fucking love this stuff so much. They can work on their own work and reformulate it, you know, and they know what they were going for in the first place. Equipage Geranium, and you forgot the other one, Stefan, no worries. When does Zuzu come out, says Oris? Don't know. He also got into conflict with Paris Fashion Week people and Vogue, says Slimane. Good. Tell them to fuck off. Horrible. You can get commission selling a 10-gram bag or a £200 fragrance. Why would your efforts go, says Tim. Exactly. Exactly. The sales associates in those places do not care that much for fragrances because handbags. Nowhere to sample unless I go to Belgium. Too pricey for a blind buy. It's pricey. I think it was Cheap Imitation who got a bottle. And Cheap Imitation's good. We like Cheap Imitation. Oh God, what's that? There's a little Fragalanche for you, a vintage Fragalanche. I'm putting you there. Right. And I'm putting you there because you are tall and less wide. And that is what I require. So I just need to reconfirm if I am going to visit in June with my company, Belgium. Okay, that's not optimal. I already smell Zuzu. Very predictable, says Pradeep. Hermes is another brand who keeps quality. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But you've got to remember, all the Hermes scents are very heavily, well, they're very heavily influenced by Jean-Claude Lehner because he made them, obviously, fuck. But they are also, it's Jean-Claude Lehner's style, and Jean-Claude Lehner's not like one of these people who relies heavily on outrageous materials that cost a fortune. He's one of these people who like start from a base of ISOE super and like work out from their little flecks of rose, maybe a little bit of aldehyde, maybe a bit of just like a little hint of like tonka, you know, this, that, and the other. I would say that Chanel and Hermes are the best designer brands at the moment, especially Hermes if we consider the price. However, that Oud Alazan, how was Oud Alazan? I know Pradeep smelled it. He said that it should have been Paddock. Sandra says, I've seen your message. I've never seen a Samsara Grand Flacon. I am jealous. My vintage Samsara is my most worn girl on. Well, I sold my EDTs. I've got my EDPs, and I'm not sure. I've got vintage EDP, and I think I would part with it as well, to be honest. I'm not big on it. I am, but I'm not. The base is lovely, but that big yellow, white floral thing in the middle is just a bit not me. I appreciate it for what it is. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's great, but it's not. It's not perfect. It's not, it doesn't align with me. I don't know why, but that makes it sound even fucking worse. Christ. It makes it sound like a business where they're like, oh, this person doesn't align with our values. No, the perfume is just not my style. So if you're out there and you want to give a Samsara, a vintage Samsara, a good home, let me know. It's not me, it's you, says Brian. Quite. Change of generations in Chanel and Hermes. Old Paul's, Jean-Claude Lane are gone. Must be hits and misses, but overall they are great, says Dropout. Yes, there has been a changing of there will be a changing of the guard, even more so going forward. Vintage perfume, the perfume that I like, and maybe a lot of you like, I don't know, that kind of classic style that we all are used to. You've got Remy and Valerie, Antoine, and the companies they work with. They're kind of like the Chanel. I was going to say Frederick Moll, but he's gone. They're kind of like the last bastions of that kind of structure of perfume. You just don't get it anymore. That's why I went on a massive spree of buying all those vintage perfumes, because they're going. They're in the process of going at the minute, but they'll be gone soon. Excuse me. Paddock is the real base of Oud Alazan. Oud with that would be wonderful, says Proddy. Just get a little bit of Oud and slap it on. Oud Alazan is not original, but a top-tier Oud Rose, no question, says Peroni. There's nowhere to buy the Hermes Essence where I live. I've got to go to Manchester. Paddock has been the best new thing I've tried in a while, says Peter. I sent you some Paddock, didn't I? I was like, where'd you get a bottle of that? Vintage Samsara is the best sandalwood I have ever smelled. Yes, it's right up there with the best sandalwoods I've ever smelled. Absolutely it is. It's just that heart just gives me the fear. Oh, God. I'll tell you one thing, though. I fucking love this shit. Iris Nazarina's mint. I don't know. Do I prefer this bottle style? I think I do. It's much easier to use, and the sprayer is better. Oh, it's like a medicinal type of thing. Have you tried Samsara X-Ray? I've tried it, but I haven't got it. It be rich. Not great in my opinion. It smells nice, but it's very commercial. It smells like eau de cologne version of Ombre Nomad, talking about Oud Alazan, says Zhao. The blending and ingredients in Oud Alazan is much superior in my opinion, says Paroli. Have you smelled Samsara X-Ray? Is there still hope for a new Balenciaga Pour Homme? I wouldn't have thought so. And the new one will be shit. The new one will be shit. There's just no way. There's just no way. Under any circumstance that the style is out of fashion. The ingredients have gone for a Burton. There's absolutely no chance you would get anywhere like not only the quality of the ingredients but the pricing, right? If he wanted a Hoysam Oud in there again, how much is that going to cost? That's not happening. So if they did release it, it would be a Frankenstein's monster. It would be fucking rotten. I just hope that they don't. I just hope that they don't bastardize it and just leave it as it is. You know? Hope is not the word I would use. Called terror. Is there still a terrifying, lingering prospect of a new Balenciaga Pour Homme coming out? Hopefully not. Grant Arctics, welcome. How are you? Do you like Prada Amber Pour Homme? I think they discontinue it. Do you have any recommendations for something as clean? That's not Prada. Do I like it? It is one of the great releases of the 21st century so far, in my opinion. It is utterly sensational. It is brilliant. I've got the old Puig bottles, and it's gorgeous. That's not Prada. You could go for something a bit clean and soapy, like Infusion d'Iris or Infusion d'Iris Cedra, sorry. You could, if you wished, go for something soapy and clean. I'll tell you what, it's a completely different fragrance, but one of my favorite clean soapy fragrances is Cologne Aficionale. Cologne Aficionale. It's dry, vintage French soap. Right? It's really high quality soap. That's what this smells like. It doesn't have that creamy labdanum kind of thing going on. It's very dry. It's fresh. It's clean. It's soapy. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I paid for this bottle as well, by the way, and I don't take free bottles and I don't pump brands for any reason at all. But that is not that. The original Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme is not that far away from Prada Amber Pour Homme in feeling. So it's got this lavender, clean, but also warm and resinous kind of vibe as well. You can get samples of this. Sample, if you've never smelled it before, sample it. Don't just blind buy it, for God's sake. But I really like this. But it's got a similar feel to Prada Amber Pour Homme, you know, and they're 125ml bottles as well. No, I'll write it down for you in the chat. Signature Pour Homme. Healy Cologne Aficionale. They're the two. I've written them down for you. You can screenshot that. Eau Sauvage Parfum. That's something that's quite similar, you know. Yeah, in feeling more rather than in smell. You could go for a Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. A Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, the one that was released in the 70s. It's a fucking sensational fragrance. Try and get a vintage bottle though, because there are a lot of them about. Okay, so where are we? Boo to Healy, says Nick. Thank you, sir. Check it out. No problem, Grant. Thank you for coming. Rich, I urge you to try Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. Mate, I would love to, but I can't find it anywhere. No, sorry, that's not true. The only place I can find it is places selling it for fucking crazy money. Crazy money. They want like 200, 300 quid a bottle, and I'm like, nope. I'll contact Greggy Boy and see if he's got a bottle of it, or if he's willing to part with any of it. I'll tell you something else as well. Soapy, you can find bottles of this. This is Body Koros. It comes in a different bottle now. It comes in a different bottle now, but this is a really lovely scent. It smells nothing like Koros, don't worry. Fresh, resinous, warm. Again, in a similar kind of feeling to Prada Amber Pour Homme. I might wear that tomorrow. It's got eucalyptus in it. Gives it this kind of lift, this freshness. It's beautiful. Soapy fragrances is a video I would like to do. 10 soapy fragrances. Can you describe Enchanted Forest? Oh, Galfor coming in hot. It's after 10 o'clock at night on a Friday. Wants us to describe Enchanted Forest. It has, if you love blackcurrant, you'll love it. You'll love it. It's green underneath. It's coniferous. It's coniferous? Coniferous, not carnivorous. That makes it sound like it eats meat. It's got one of the best, if not the best, blackcurrant note I've ever smelled. Up there with Jubilation 25. It's the only good fragrance from the brand. I've got samples of the rest of them, and they're fucking woeful. They're absolutely appalling. But this one is brilliant. Absolutely great. We can see you. Oh. Hello. Hello. Where are we? I've got a label maker to make labels for my decants, and it's deeply satisfying. Is it not? What a sensational feeling it is. Absolutely brilliant. What's a refreshing perfume, Rich? You want something that, right? So, if you want a refreshing perfume, get Guerlain's Cologne Imperial. Cologne Imperial by Guerlain. It will only last 20 minutes, but what a fucking 20 minutes it is, by the way. You can get it second hand and stuff like that as well. So you don't need to worry about that. But it is the most refreshing perfume you can get. What a fucking scent it is. I've been battering this, as you can see. I only got this a few weeks ago. About 5 weeks ago. It's a 300ml bottle, that. It's fucking glorious. I just put this on to feel better, like. Lasts longer on clothes. This is like a 25-minute fragrance as well. Half an hour, maybe. Fuchsia Royale is a love of mine. It's pretty great. But I preferred Tom Ford's Beau de Jour, if I'm honest. Sold mine. That's fantastic. I received it today. You're going past 10 p.m. a lot nowadays. Yeah, I feel better than I've felt for a long time, if I'm being honest. Jesus, are you drinking it? Just putting on like fucking 10, 15 sprays at a time, to be honest with you. And like 3 or 4 times a day. Just put it on when I just feel like it. It's brilliant. That's what that's for. 60 quid for 300 mil. You're laughing. It's brilliant, that, man. And especially when it gets a bit warmer too. Gorgeous. Get the Vervain one as well. I don't know that they do the Vervain ones anymore. Although they do a Vervain scent, and it's fucking stunning. Oh my god. L'Occitane's such an underrated house. They're so good. And their prices are wildly cheap. Even when they put that, so that they did shrinkflation, they shrank the size of their bottles to 75 ml but kept the same price. Even then, they're still incredibly priced. Absolutely brilliantly priced, and all their perfumes are good. At least good. You might not like them, but they're still good. They don't make shit. Amazing, amazing brand. Who has it? It's the Made in Spain version. At least he had some last time. Yes, he does. He does have some Prada Amber Pour Homme. That's right, he does. Or he did. And it's the Made in Spain Puig version. That's the one you want. So if you're still listening, Grand Arctics, get yourself to Enchanté. Tell them Rich Mitch and Paroli sent you. And buy. I bought like 4 bottles when I smelled the new one. I was fucking mortified. When I found out L'Oreal had taken over the license, I was like, no, my heart sank. I wouldn't be surprised to see the in-house perfumer leave. I wouldn't be surprised to see the in-house perfumer leave. I love blackcurrant and perfume, I do. It's a hot night in Florida and I'm thinking of wearing Nuit de Feu. Gonna stink so well. I want to deep dive into some more complex scent profiles. I genuinely don't even know where to start, Mitch. More complex. I fucking say this all the time. Get thee into vintage perfumes, because it's not just the materials that are different. It's the style and the structure of the fragrances that are different, you know? Try new brands that you've never tried before. Try Filippo Sorcinelli. That will take you out of your comfort zone, mate. Filippo Sorcinelli. Sorcinelli. You can get sample sets. I think he is stocked at... where's he stocked at? I think he is stocked at Lucky Scents, so I think you'll be able to get them there. Also try Maître Parfumier et Gantier and Annick Goutal. You might not like any of the stuff from these, but they'll definitely broaden your horizons, mate. They'll change it up for you. Absolutely, they will. I'm looking at other stuff as well. Les and Demodable. Try that. You can get the Les and Demodable sample set, right, at a really good price. Screenshot that as well. Because that's it's so much perfume, and they're different as well. And they're so different. The scent profiles are really, really different from your average stuff that is released now that you find in department stores. I think you can get them at Lucky Scent as well, because I think you're in America. You're in North America, I think. I'm using Lavand shower gel. Nice. Oh, that fucking must be lovely. I can't use stuff like that on my skin. I've just got to use Dove. I use Dove to wash where I need to wash, and then the rest is just I just rinse. The doctor once told us you don't actually need to use soap, only on your hands. The rest of your body, cleaning products, it's a myth. It says you've just got to scrub and use water on your hands and your feet. Les and Demodable sample set is the best I've ever bought. The fucking zoologist sample set. I do look the Les and Demodable sample set as far as quality and all of that sort of thing. Yes, obviously, for just sheer experience of sampling loads of different perfumes and just the bonkersness of the perfumes and just the rewarding experience. Probably the zoologist one was brilliant. So you could try the zoologist samples as well, but they're much more modern. Fur, buddy. Eugene. You could try Eugene's stuff as well if you want. Daniela released Infusion de Gingembre, really nice. She did the fig one as well, which is also really nice. I don't think she could make a bad perfume if you tried. Lily, I am still live. Can you imagine walking into a store and saying it out loud, Rich Mitch Paroli sent me, and then winking? Hey, I'll tell you what it is. It happens a lot. And I don't get anything for it, apart from the satisfaction of knowing that you are buying not shit perfumes. Someone has to do it for the love of it, surely. Do you know what I mean? Not everything is about money. Smelling like sweaty priests will take you out of the comfort zone indeed, yes. But still, at the same time, well worth trying, absolutely. Legend Madabla sample set is the best I've ever bought. Thanks, man. Anytime, man. We need duck-branded sweatshirts with little embroidered ducks on the lapel. Merch has been floated before, by the way. People have said, oh, you're going to release some merch? You should. And I'm like, no. No. But I should. But I'm not going to. So we can just wink, say nothing and point to the duck. That's a good thing. You don't even need to wink. If you're wearing the t-shirt, people will just know. It's like Fight Club, you know? You just don't have to say anything. You can just like look at people and you're like, Aries? People will be like, Aries? And you'll be like, yeah, yeah. And everyone will know that you are sound. Anyone know a shower gel that is okay for sensitive skin? I'm always itching coming out the shower and it's awful. Don't use shower gel. Use Dove soap under your arms and in your fucking groin and stuff like that. Wash it off. Turn the shower off. Pat all the excess water off you, right? And then cover yourself in moisturiser. Rub it in for 5 minutes. Get back in the shower. Rinse off the excess. Get out. Towel off. Your skin will be fucking fantastic. And you'll smell nice as well. And you won't be stinking. I'm interested. Ginger is one of my favourite notes. Welcome, Eugene. Hey guys, go Leafs go. I'm watching that tomorrow. What are you watching tomorrow? Try Les Abstrait. That's complex, says Eugene. Says Dropout. No, you shouldn't sell them. Just give them away like little wrenches. No. I hate itching from shower gel. Dove soap, the bar. Yes. Just use Dove soap underneath your arms. In any folds of skin that you've got. Rinse that off. Turn the shower off. Pat yourself down. So, like, get all the excess water off yourself. And then get a moisturizer, like aqueous cream, right? And just lather it in. Just rub it all over yourself, right? And just cover yourself and just rub it in for 5 minutes, right? Everywhere. And then get back in the shower, right? Rinse it all off again. Rinse all the excess moisturizer off again. Don't scrub it off. Just rinse it off, right? And then get out the shower, towel off. You will be clean. You will be soft. And you'll feel fucking fantastic. Also, you won't have any scent of the... you won't have any scent of the soap or moisturizer on you. So you'll be able to apply any perfume you like. A supersized pizza and the maple leaf, says Nick. I know you did, and I'm working hard for mine and my sweatshirt too. Oh, Duck Vertical video era nostalgic. Yes, I literally just held it in my hands. Lily says, I have too much power with this spanner. You should take it away before I rampage. Should I? Should I, Lily? Should I remove all your powers like they did with Superman? Was it Superman 3 that did that? A stupid thing to do. Lily toppled the patriarchy, says Eugene. Oh, dear. Like, I'm sitting here warm as fuck. like I'm about to burst into fucking sweat at any point. Try not to. Drawn out sense. Drawn by sense. Try not to drawn. Lol, Eugene, says Lily. Oris must be 38 and up. I would not speculate on such matters, lest I perish in a ball of flames. Maybe even 40, says Germs. 40? Oh no. Must be an actual mother or just old, says Oris. I don't know. I am empowered this week, says Lily. Lily has strength. Oh. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would appreciate it greatly. That would be very kind. Tim Wilcox is off to bed. Thank you, Rich, and all. Sad visit to my friend's wife tomorrow morning. Yes, I know. Sorry to hear about the loss of your friend. Very sad. I bet, says Horace. Oh, so that's where it gets hard. I bet. Oh, God. I need to shave my head. The dopamine will wear off well before then, says Eugene. How is Eugene? Me and Eugene should do a stream. The people just would not be ready for it. The people wouldn't be able to hack it. Not at silly o'clock. Maybe it's at vintage o'clock. You know, start a stream at like 10 my time, 5 his time. We used to get 120, 150 people sometimes. I can't remember what the most we ever got was. Was it like 170 or 180? Geranium Paul Monsieur and Bel Respiro for me this week. We would be ready. You wouldn't be ready. You wouldn't know. Can't wait for Duck versus Dev. No one else can come on the stream if I'm streaming with Eugene. That was an unspoken. It was an unspoken thing. I spoke it. I spoke the rule, but it wasn't revealed to the fucking chat. I was like, oh God, I can't handle more than one person at a time. Unless a Zhao. Zhao, sound. Or Ben from Talking Sense. I miss his channel. I wish he would do more videos. The guy on Ben from Les Odorants. He's really good and nice, and he's in it for fun. And he's in it because he loves it. I think I'm going to end up buying a bottle of fucking Violet Valenka. Give Lily's wrench to Oris. No, the wrench has been dissolved. Lily asked for it and she shall receive, you know. Lily asked for it and she shall receive. I will hurl profanities in your voice messages. I am powered, but mostly with rage, says Lily. You do that anyway. You get all sorts of abuse. I get like a message, right? And it'll be like, Rich. And then she'll wait. And then she'll be like, shut up. And then put the phone down. I'm like, oh God. Gallo, Violet Valenka. I would like Gallo. I didn't realise how expensive it was. It's fucking 200 quid. It's 200 quid. The fuck? The fucking perverts are charging £220 at retail for 50 ml of Gallo. Fuck off. Dropout says he is ready. Mike V, welcome to thee. How are you? I hope you are well. You are wearing an immense fragrance today. Giving 2 women wrenches would be absolute mayhem. I like to run a tight ship. I also like to reward the people who have been with us for ages. You know. Welcome, Silver Panther. How are you? I hope you are well. What's your scent of the day, mate? If Ambroxon gets into the game, Rich will hurl profanities. Rich hurls profanities anyway, to be fair, let's be honest. Rich hurls too many profanities. Do you know what I always liked? Do you know, like, when you would see interviews with people from, like men from, like, the 50s and the 60s, and they'd always be very proper, and there would always be very kind of, like, austere and polite and manners and all of that sort of thing, and then you realise that 10 years, 15 years earlier, they were, like, killing people in Europe, setting people free and stuff like that, and it's like you realise they're like real men, hard men kind of thing, you know. I always think that, and then you've got like people now who have never done anything remotely like that, who swear like fucking sailors, who act like they're hard as fuck. I'm always struck by that, actually, you know. I lose interest in most people in 5 days. Well, I'm doing quite well. I've been here like 5 months. You haven't been in my channel for like 5 months, though, have you? Amber Woods draws his centre. Amber Woods, yes. Amber Woods would absolutely bring some vicious language from myself. A good tongue lashing. Silver Panther says, scent of the morning was Girl on Platine Privé for a nice walk through a botanical garden. Now I tossed on Hermes Ogiva to test it. It's so hot. Is it really hot where you are? Oh no. I can't handle the heat. I'm weak. It's like me kryptonite. I just turn to goo. I kind of melt. Oris burst through the door and had a seat like she's been here for years, says James. Girl on Platine Privé. How do you find that Platine Privé? Almost 90. I think I don't know. I don't understand this language which you speak, but I do understand that is hot. This metric you use is 90 Fahrenheit, 32. Oh fuck, 32 in May. In May. Screw that. I'm gonna message with Lily. Spanner back, please. I miss it. The power's gone to her head. She's gone mad. She wants it for the status. She wants to be able to post about it on Instagram. Here's Guapo with the French against his dropout. Amber Woods and exotic. Oh, fucking exotic woods, man. What is exotic woods? You know what I mean? Are they wearing skimpy dresses? Do you know what I mean? Are they wearing lingerie and shit like that? What's going on with these woods? Lily says, there must be a distinct once-in-a-lifetime event where all the world's women's periods are synced. We're just shamed from talking about it so we can harness our power collectively. Ooh. Brother, ooh. Oris wants a fucking wrench as well. No one can have a wrench. Lily, you had your chance. You hooligan. Ooh, there are different ranking moderators now. How interesting. Exotic woods, green notes, floral notes. Yes, floral. Nothing makes us swear like floral notes. That's called Armageddon. Yes, nothing makes me swear quite like floral notes. Butthead, says Lily. Welcome, Anuj. Anuj, we have had a couple of people we have referred to you tonight. Somebody, Grant Arctics, was wanting to know if you had, I was wanting to know on his behalf if you still had the Made in Spain version of Prada Amber Pour Homme. And somebody else was wondering, and I can't remember because it was fucking 2 hours ago now. Somebody else was wondering something, and I referred them to Enchanté as well. I will give you an update on my period every day unless you give me a wrench. You're going to do that anyway, let's be honest. Let's not take the piss here. A nooge, big bro. I have resolved to start calling a nooge now, and not a nooge. I like to try and get names right, if nothing else. I mean, you've heard me French, Jesus. But let's not take the piss on periods. That is quite the fucking visual you've brought up there, James. Jesus. I remember the great fucking wrench bonfire of 2023 when I got rid of everybody's wrench and they were like, "What the fuck?" And then I only gave a wrench to Eugene for a while. And then Pradeep, and then Germs. You know? I fucking love this Prada Amber Pour On. It really is an absolutely sensational fragrance. Oh, I did a bit of a Jeremy there, didn't I? He looks really, really ropey. He looks really, really ropey. You're at wrenches 4 now. I do have 4 wrenches now. Too many. Actually, I've got one for every... did your tonsil rock pop out? I've heard about that. He had a tonsil stone. He had a tonsil stone. Which is just the fucking worst. Have you talked about Prada Amber Extreme? Welcome, Dan. Daniel, how are you? Have you talked about Prada Amber Extreme one? I'm not usually a fan of flankers, but I've always been tempted by that one. I have the original. I haven't talked about it, but somebody else has talked about it, and I don't have it, and I would love to have it. And I'm wondering if a Nuge has it, because if he does, I want one. But I don't think he does. But I've never even smelled it. And Paroli's like, "Richard, please, please." "I'm wearing Comet," says Jura Rose. Oh, he's just showing off now. "You smell like cotton candy. You smell like popcorn," says A. "Oh, he's back. How you doing? I hope all was well. Happy birthday, A. A's birthday is tomorrow. Welcome back, Senor Birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday." I think Anuj came in, said hello, and bailed. Not to worry. Eugene works with wrenches anyway. He does. Eugene is a hard-working wrench wielder. Oof, I remember those videos where he used to show his black thumb. Do you remember his black thumbnail? Wow, a sag and a toe. What? What are you saying? "I prefer to work with wrenches anyway," says Master Cluster. "I'm a fan of a wrench," says Jura Rose. I've had wrenches, many wrenches. I still do, I imagine, on many channels. Had wrenches on. I used to have a wrench on Mr. Smelly's channel, and I blocked Cuddles, and then he decided that he wanted to have Cuddles on his channel, and I said, "Well, I'm not even going to put it to you that it's me or him. I'm just going to fuck off and never come back." I think I made the right decision. History has shown that I was right about that dickhead in particular. Some dickheads I'm not right about. Maybe I'm wrong about things, and I shouldn't be so staunch and writing people off. I've been talking about this with a friend recently. I think my friend may be right. You know, maybe it's not good for us to just be like, "Go away and never come back, I hate you." You know? Maybe I should try and... something to work on. Something to work on. "It really grounds my fire," says Horace. I thought that was going to say "he really grinds my gears." I think Family Guy lives. I can't believe Family Guy and South Park are still going. It's extremely impressive. You are wrong about everything, Rich. Don't make me remove that spanner. Don't make me remove that spanner, woman. I came across very domestic violence from the fucking 40s there, didn't it? Dear me. That is not... That is not... Don't make me get the spanner. That's not what I meant. Oh, Jura Rose is here. You're probably wondering why I'm not replying to his messages. Oh, South Park is almost 30 years old, huh? That makes me even older. Oh my God, honestly. How old do you feel? It's grim. It's so grim. It's like, it's just when you see cultural stuff getting to that kind of age and you're like, what? Do you know what I mean? You're like, what? How? I'm going for a record for how many times I can get promotes and demoted in one stream, says Lily. I will block your ass. I didn't message you, Rich, says Jura Rose. Oh. I've got loads of messages that I haven't replied to because I'm streaming, and I can't do more than one thing. Well, I can barely do one thing at the same time. Never mind do two things at the same time. A says, Rich, what fragrance do you wear on your birthday? I don't know. So it's kind of like, I don't know what kind of fragrance. Sometimes, I don't know, because it's in October, so it's usually something a bit thick, you know? That's an interesting question, though. Whose birthday is it? It's A's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Silver Panther says, just went to my nephew's MBA graduation last night. Talk about feeling old. He was 10 like 2 weeks ago. It's just time. How does it happen? I remember the night my nephew was born. He's 26 now. The fuck? What? Just stop that. Stop that. I see people, do you know what I think, right? I see people who are like 17, 18, and I'm like, I remember when I was that age thinking people my age were grown-ups. And I'm like, what, me, grown up? Now, I'm 38, behave. I should be nowhere near anything. I remember David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK, became Prime Minister in 2010, I think before he was 40. Imagine me in number 10. I mean, I couldn't do any worse than the fucker that's in there now, or the fucker that'll be in there in future, but I mean, how? What? You know what I mean? We shall wear the same serge on the 14th. Yeah, I might go for an Amber Sultan or something like that. I might wear Shergi tomorrow. I was talking to Ramsey, actually, and we were saying, like, Serge Luton truly does exist outside of time and space. They're just so other from everything else. Like, they're not the same as everything else, or they're different, and every once in a while a surge will hit you right between the eyes. Don't get us wrong, there's a lot of them that I just can't hack. That Surge Noir is so bad. I mean, don't get us wrong, it's well made, and it's more interesting than anything that's being released in the market today, but it's terrifyingly clovey. Horrifyingly clovey. My vintage jubilation sample is what A will be wearing tomorrow. Yes. If you get any ideas of what you're going to wear, let us know. We could match you, says A. Yeah, we're going to wear Amber Sultan on my birthday. That's a good idea. I like that. Fragrantica shows a new surge. Have you seen that? I've heard, I think Persilet's got, quote unquote, a sample of it, which means a free bottle in mine and your language. So is it Le Fille de Tour? Something like that. It's like a rosy sort of thing. It's meant to be something based on the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I'm interested to smell it. I'm always interested to smell the Serge Lutens. It's a bit Kim Jong-un of you, Rich. What's a bit Kim Jong-un of us? The Adventures of Pete and Pete theme song where he plays in my head, and that makes me feel fucking Pete and Pete. Good grief. The Ginger Brothers. Do you remember Tia and Tamara as well? Nickelodeon went through a phase of like siblings and stuff like that. Pretty shocking, some of the stuff that's been coming out about Nickelodeon, isn't it? Point de Jour. No, I don't think I have heard of Point de Jour. Let me see. Whoops. This is live breaking news here, brought to you by the Silver Panther. Point de Jour. Serge Lutens. Oh, it's in a fancy bottle. A noble awakening with time at daybreak. Thyme, clary sage, and eucalypt. I love it. It's gonna, you know for a fact, it's gonna have some note in there which is utterly stray and has no right to be in there, because that's what Serge Lutens does. Pete and Pete, and then Are You Afraid of the Dark? Are You Afraid of the fucking dark? Oh my god. Real monsters. And then after 9 o'clock, just before 10, they'd play like Ren and Stimpy. But Ren, don't whiz on the electric fence. Get in. I always used to love Ren's. I always used to love Ren's little breakdowns, because even at like my tender age of like 8 or 9, I'd be like, "That's me. I can't be dealing with the world." Oh my god, going to go watch old Nickelodeon shows. They'll all be on YouTube. I'll tell you what I found as well, and I used to watch this when I was like a teenager, and I was getting stoned. You know how you've got like one foot in your childhood when you're a teenager, and secretly like you act all hard in front of your friends, but secretly you still watch like cartoons. Recess. I used to love Recess. And they used to play it on the Disney Channel, like literally for weeks at a time, and it was the only thing they'd play. Recess was the only thing that would play during the summer holidays. So you would get like 8 weeks of Recess. And I'm a teenager, right? And I was like I've said before, I was a tearaway, and I don't recommend it, but I was smoking weed all the time when I was a teenager. And I'd be up at like 2 o'clock in the morning watching fucking Recess, and I'd be like, this is like the best fucking life you can not possibly have. Do you know what I mean? Surely it can't get any better than this. It's impossible. I'm having the time of my life. Mint. I do want that Point de Jour. Silver Panther is coming in here. Thyme, clary sage, and eucalyptus sounds amazing. I had to hydrate there because I got a little dry. Oris Aris is saying some pretty fucking outrageous shit in the chat. I need to follow her narrative for a second. So I met the guy who made Ren and Stimpy. He was dating my friend from high school. She was 16 and he was in his fucking 40s. He sent her little frilly panties. He drew me and I threw it in the garbage. Hated that guy. I'm not surprised. Was absolutely fabulous big in the UK. My mom loved that here back in the States. Yes, it is. It's a cult classic. It is very funny. There's that line delivered by Gloria. That's not Gloria Honeyford. It was the line delivered by the old lady, the mother, where one of the lasses was like, "Oh, like I feel." What did you say? What did you say? Because I don't want to butcher it. Absolutely fabulous. One. In a couple of weeks, I'll be bendy like Madonna. Then I'll be able to kiss my ass from both directions. Oh, what was it? June. She was called June. Just the one. Oh, where was it? June Whitfield. June Whitfield. She died 5 years ago. She died 5 years ago. What did she say? I've got to find it now. It's I know I'm ignoring the chat and I shouldn't be, but I've got to find this now. The nonagenarian national treasure, one of them. The Elwood. Comics Toad. Half Hot Mom. Typical that. Can't remember how more. Oh, what did she say? Oh, what did she say, man? Just the one. There it is. I might get a copyright strike for this, but I don't care.
You're not fat like me. Oh, sweetie, can I just say that at least you're not fat like me? I mean, what you two don't seem to realise is that inside of me, there's a thin person just screaming to get out. Just the one, dear?
That's truly one of the great lines you will ever hear. Get in. Okay, where are we? Sounds very Nickelodeon. Translation, why don't you smoke weed anymore? Why don't you smoke weed anymore? I just can't fucking hack it. I grew out of it. That's not to say that people who smoke it are like immature or anything like that, but I got over it. That's the better way of putting it. I got over it. I'm just not. Even when I do little bits now, man, I'm just buckled. I'm just in bed. It's like I just have to hit the A and sleep, and then I'm absolutely fucked for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. I have like headaches and stuff like that. But yes, absolutely fabulous. Was big. And maybe because she sent him a fan video on VHS in Eldo. You or someone like you was wearing them. He was paying for her to go to our college prep school. Actually, I was shocked that personally he was 200ml sample. Yeah, the fact he calls them samples is outrageous. They're not samples, they're full bottles for review. Don't spray the panty droppers though, Richard. Let's see it again. The panties drop. Let's make it a real stream. Doesn't that tonight one? Review them, Duck. You Are Someone Like You by Aldo is an amazing mint, says Justin Hyde. Absolutely fabulous. Black Adder. Father Ted was some of my favourite Brit. Father Ted was Irish. It's mints, says Jura. Weed made me lazy, had to chug it. Yeah. It made us lazy, it affected me judgment. It made us a person I didn't particularly like being. It made us absent from relationships, and it makes you emotionally unavailable as well. Any drug does that. Any drug, alcohol, fucking anything will make you emotionally unavailable to the people around you because you're high. You know what I mean? You're not occupying the same reality as them. So nothing beats clean living, says A. I am more of that opinion. If you'd said that to me 20 years ago and I laughed in your face, not only would I have laughed in your face, I probably would have kicked you in the leg as well. But I think once you've been there and you get over it and you get away from it, honestly, and it wasn't just weed either, I was doing other shit as well. Which I used to be proud of. I used to think it gave us an identity, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It steals your identity. It fucks you up. And that is just my experience of it. You know? And nobody can tell me otherwise because it was my experience. Other people can have different. Rich, you have enough drugs at the minute. Yes, that's another good point. I don't need to take any drugs because I've got fucking loads of drugs. The gabapentin's been brilliant for me though. It's really been the drug that's kind of, but I wouldn't mind taking a little bit less, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to see the doctor next week. And we will see. Yeah, the medications are high tonight, says Jobber. The doctor gave me Cocodamol 3 to 500 to treat back pain years ago. And I was truly addicted to them. Glad I got off them, says Mikey. Do you want to know something that's really, 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 really interesting? Really interesting, by the way. When my back first started, they didn't know what was wrong with us. Right? And I didn't know what was wrong with us, and I was scared. And what eventually happened is I was in so much pain, my back went into constant spasm. They started giving us benzos, and I was like, fuck this, I can't be taking benzos, I'm in space, I can't operate, I can't function, I'm fucked. I can't take these. So they gave us codeine, and they gave me morphine, and I was taking something else called Nefapam as well, which is now unavailable because the side effects are so mental. I once tried to walk through a closed door. Nefapam was probably the best painkiller I've ever had, but completely batshit. Anyway, I was on full dose of codeine, so I was taking 60 milligrams 4 times a day. So I was on 240 milligrams of codeine a day, and I was drinking about 40 to 50 mils of morphine a day. I was going through like a bottle and a half a week. I was taking paracetamol all the time. And then I had this operation called rhizolysis, right? And I had this operation called rhizolysis, and it stopped me back pain. Obviously, it developed further. Like, I became like ill with another type of pain. I had this operation called rhizolysis when I was on the codeine and the morphine and the paracetamol and the Nefapam, and it fixed the pain problem. And I stopped taking codeine, morphine, Nefapam, paracetamol, like that. Dropped it, didn't miss it, didn't pine for it, didn't go back to it, didn't need titration, didn't need anything. Just stopped taking it. And it was easy. It was fucking easy. It was the easiest thing I've ever done. And I told the doctor, because the doctor was like, look, we're going to have to like fucking, we're going to have to titrate you off it. You're going to have to like simmer down. And I went back to him one week. I went back to him a week later to go and talk to him about how to do it. And I said to him, don't need it. I haven't had any since the fucking last time I saw you. He was like, that's interesting. And the reason for that is it's a well-known phenomenon, right? If you're taking addictive substances and you are taking stuff like morphine and codeine and painkillers, right? If you're taking them for physical pain and then the physical pain goes away, you can stop taking them on a dime. You can just stop taking them because you're not taking it for emotional pain. If you are taking painkillers and any drug because of emotional pain, until that emotional pain goes away, you won't stop taking them. You'll always have drug problems and stuff like that. And he said, it's very interesting, Richard, that you have stopped taking morphine, which is one of the most addictive substances that we can give you. And he said, it's very interesting that you've stopped taking all these opioids and the Nefapam and the paracetamol, everything, all at once, right, without any fucking problems at all. And I was like, I didn't understand that at first, and then I sort of like worked it out. And it's because of the reason you're taking it. If you're taking it because you've got emotion, like you've got dysphoria, emotional pain, until that pain itself is dealt with, you won't stop taking drugs because you'll always look a way to treat it, like self-medicate. If you're taking physical, if you've got it for physical pain and the physical pain goes away, you can just stop taking them, like on a dime. You can just stop, and it's easy because you don't have any reason to take it anymore. And that's what happened to me. And I'll never fucking forget it. It was easy as fuck. I didn't need to literally just stop taking them one day. So woke up and I was like, I went to take them, right? I went to take them and I was like, hang on a minute. I was like, fuck now, I can get out of bed, I can move. I was like, well, obviously I'm just not going to take them, am I? Do you know what I mean? Mental. Totally mental. But that is my story, friends. That is that story. Anyway. I think it's time for me to end this stream. I'm hot and I'm bothered and I need a wee and I'm tired and I'm probably going to get something to eat. So, that is it for tonight, my friends. That is it for tonight. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I hope you have had a good time. I have had a good time. I hope you have liked the stream. I'm glad you have complimented me. Complimented me? I am glad you have joined me. I am glad you have stuck with me through the stream, even though it's been 3 hours and we've had a good chat and talked perfume and not politics. And I haven't strayed into slaying other people or being a dickhead in general, so I'm happy about that. And I will see you all again soon. Good night.